Hello, my friends. Welcome on in. It is time for some D&D. I know this is a little bit of a weird time for me to be streaming, but it's when our group is available, and so I'm really excited for you to meet all of them. We're going to run through a couple of announcements, and then we're going to get going. So first of all, in these D&D streams, we do not respond verbally. We respond in chat with you. The players are also, most of them, I think, actually, are in chat, so they might be chatting with you as well. And then this is the next story and establishment in my Ilumelan world setting. So if you want to go check back and watch some of the other, there's been 2 campaigns, mini campaigns, as well as a one-shot and kind of a partial one-shot in this world setting. So go back and check those out. Those are all on my YouTube, which will be really fun there. So we're going to get started and do a little bit of an introduction. If you didn't know, I play D&D with a couple of different awesome groups. Several of them have overlapped. The most previous mini-campaign, In the Eyes of the Stars, was part of that group. So we had a couple different players who were a part of that group, and then this is the other half filling out the rest of my friends who I play with a lot. So we have Charles, who some of you know as Dragon Craze. Archie's in here. We also have Nick, so this is my mod stacked one, which is great. I have my brother-in-law, Joey, who I don't know that some of you have met. That's Banished King in chat. And then we also have John, who's a really dear friend and plays with us too, and that's LT Vernus in chat. So I said it wrong.
Changing it.
I even
I'm changing it to Vernus from now on. It's gonna be the new name.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So the other thing to note is that this group typically plays on cameras. So if I start cracking up at one of their faces, I apologize in advance. So alrighty, we're going to get started now. Here we go. So, Ilumelan. A now established world and the only viable form of life in a small solar system on the outskirts of the astral plane, with a rather interesting history. The close to astral dominion, Illume, managed to colonize this planet successfully after one failed attempt and a demon uprising. This flourishing, still relatively new astral colony survived to build a foundation in a wild world with the help of the celestial beings and supports from political entities on the astral dominion. Fully cut off around 16 SC, or Second Colonization, the colonists on this new world of Ilumelan were able to successfully build a life on this world, surviving off the land, developing countries, drawing boundaries, and setting down roots. The only contact they have with Illume since the cutoff has been the worship of, and occasionally miraculous magic, from the pantheon of celestials who reside on Illume, who elevate to godly status through their followers garnering worship and establishing churches on this material plane. Through the foundation set by the colonists, a pantheon of gods is now established, as well as several continue to elevate. Let's zoom in now. In the midst of these tumultuous times, where government interactions help boost the popularity and jobs of the peace-maintained guild, a world where people may oppose those in power, and where those who hold titles control the sway of the world, which matters, and the truth of the goodness of people at their core matters even more. And most of all, a world where one small misstep, one imbalance of power, is enough to send countries into chaos and destruction. The year is 297 SC, and much has changed in the last 2 years since we have seen Ilumelan. Stories of legendary heroes from the Wyvern Wings Adventuring Guild that scattered the rising giant threat in the north has put many at ease about the state of the world, but still has many worried about the possibility of giants returning over time, as they are occasionally regrouping themselves. Those in power have been struggling to maintain a sense of calm, and tensions are rising, unless that's their intention. It seems that countries that thrive on trade and warriors are growing in infrastructure. The tensions are higher than ever between the jungle region of Iga and the coastal region of Maria, both scrambling to secure trade routes, goods, and hire out warriors for protection. Guilds who monopolize on these trade routes and take the first jobs in protection under the rule of the Court of Guilds run by Lady Simona's church are seen to be the only thing keeping them from an all-out war. aggressive nomadic raiders from Quito make securing those trade routes more difficult. There we go. Sorry, there was a sound imbalance. Thank you, guys. Let me know if that's still too loud there. Okay. And there's rumors of a pirate island in the United Republic of Islands seeking a union with Maria and make people nervous every day. As a result, the corrupt lordships from Salston several years ago have been found and are beginning to be uprooted, and they have been uninvolved in affairs of trade as of late, which limit food supplies of grain, legumes, and even metals from the southern mines as well, as they have been rebuilding their government and examining the nobles and rooting out other corrupt families. Menominee remains cut off from the world in the south, focusing on their growing tribes and the weakening of the weave between themselves and the Feywild. As mentioned before, tensions in the north have abated with the giant threat managed. In the calm, Vitherfold pulled their tribes apart, but learned the value of working together. They continue to trade amongst themselves, but are wary of other outsiders, other than a small band of adventurers led by a chief's daughter, who have become registered as an official guild, the very first in the deep north. Fowler and Rosewick still continue to trade and maintain peace, but are constantly looking for ways to protect themselves and grow in their arms and armies. With the possibility of more giant activity coming from the north and rumors of a full-on war in the south. In the center of it all, the smallest country, Simona City, stands steadfast in justice, the foundation of the religion that rules the country, and hopes to hold the world together with the help of the guilds throughout Ilumelan. The world as we know it teeters. One sway of power or influence, one monster uprising, could be enough to send it all spiraling into destruction. This world is where we begin our story again today, in an elite northern city in Rosewick, known as Vekasasha. Built up into the side of the mountains and boasting of lush greenery in the Rosewick forests, this city is home to the largest station of organized learning in Rosewick, and in the world, known as Hoppy Onsta. The elite of Rosewick and world leaders from other countries send their offspring and future leaders to here to learn politics, art, finances, trade, and mercantile, magic, and history. While the outskirts of the city may have several small plots of farms, providing much of the food for the city, and even into Rosewick, the majority of Vekasasha centers around this elite school, which is in sessions for the winter months through spring, and then is out during the autumn for a reprieve. Many of the elite noble families of Rosewick spend much time here, several having a second estate in the city, as their younger family members or those who have been sponsored by the family are educated. A city of nobles, built to entertain them, to allow for networking connections, and to host grand affairs. A small marketplace sits in the center, the most accessible part of the city, separate from the handful of exclusive shops and restaurants nestled among the estates or further in, home to several shops that cater to the students, and one guild, known as Kimbur's Pride. But our story today doesn't start in the city. Rather, roughly a day's travel a little bit southeast. Off the beaten path, we're going to find our cast of characters. An established group of Kimbur's Pride. They were contacted and contracted by Andi Eirwen, a well-known noble, leader of the Eirwen house, who often operates in finances in Rosewick. But before we tell his tale, we need to mention another. Several years ago, a well-known bandit named Enga Naku, a female wood elf, plagued the area. She often led heists, raids, and road traps on the political figures and nobles traveling to and from Vekasasha, stealing from them. She prided herself in her flamboyant efforts, often leaving a calling card or allowing herself to be seen, and her fellow bandits following a similar pattern. No one could track their retreats, but assumed she had a base either in the forest below or in the mountains above the city. Through her efforts, though her efforts went as far south as the outskirts of Rosewick proper, however, she disappeared without a trace one day, roughly a year ago, after completing her largest heist yet, where she was almost caught stealing a powerful artifact from the Eirwen house, rumored to have been brought over from the Feywild, and retreated with a horrible injury. Occasionally, we still see her bandit activity, but she has not appeared since then. This group, was set upon this quest by Andi Eirwen. He returned several years ago from Rosewick, bringing his son to be educated in the city. Rumors of him retreating ashamed after being robbed by Enga Naku followed him, as well as a large guard to protect his estate. He's heard rumors that she has died from her injury sustained during that final heist, and that she, along with her great treasures, were buried in the forest to the southeast. After persuading a bandit that was captured, during a raid on his caravan on his way home from Rosewick, he managed to secure the location of her tomb, and likely the missing artifact. This group has been given the mission, the biggest mission from a high-name patron since they've been in the guild. It's a ton of responsibility, but Kimbur was excited and determined that they could do it. The quest: to seek out the tomb, combat whatever famed bandit would protect her treasure with, and secure the artifact at all costs. He does not care about any other treasures. Those are for the guild, if they so choose. Which brings us to the heroes today. Stumbling upon a clearing very close to the place marked on their map. Trees surround them, a small thicket of brambles taking over half of it, growing roughly 2 feet tall. A very large tree stands out, roughly 6 feet in diameter, taller than many of the trees in the area, and you hear chirping of birds and rustling of forest creatures in the distance. You have come to the place on your map. What would you like to do?
How long have we been traveling today?
You have been traveling, I would say that it's about midday. You set off kind of mid-afternoon, slept in the forest, and then continued through the day, because you didn't want to be arriving at dark time. And with that, as you're kind of looking around in the midday sun, the main things that you see in here that kind of stand out are the large tree as well as the brambles.
Did you say you put us on a map?
There is no map for this.
Okay, I thought you said map. I misunderstood.
I meant like on your map that he had marked the location.
I know what you know now. It was just like it took me a second.
No, you're good.
Does anything look strange about this tree? It's just aside from its exceptional size. Nick, shut up.
Okay, so Charles, as you're kind of stepping forward and examining this tree, would you like to describe what your character looks like?
Sure. My character is Winya. He is about 6'3". He's an Earth Genasi. But you don't really you don't see much of that Earth aesthetic that you normally would with a Genasi. He looks very human. You would assume by his dress that he's a monk, but actually he goes more towards the bard side of things.
Choking on my coffee.
His garb is a mix of dark and forest grains with brass strewn throughout it. No visible weapons.
Alrighty. So as you step forward and kind of are examining this tree, it does seem that the brambles seem to grow up kind of around it. But there is like a way you can kind of approach. There's a little bit of a break in it, especially for someone like you who's rather tall. But is there a certain check you want to make? Are you looking to investigate it? Do you want to like know a little bit more about the nature side of it?
I guess more so the nature side of it, because I'm kind of looking to see, are the brambles growing in a strange orientation, or are they just growing like they would naturally?
They're growing how they would naturally, but you haven't... actually, make a nature check for me.
First roll!
I know! Okay, so with an 11, and what's your passive perception?
Passive perception 12.
Okay, so with both of those, you've kind of, like, looking back, you recognize that there was no other of these brambles in the forest that you've been traveling. So you're not positive if either they were planted here, or maybe you're just kind of, because you were climbing a little bit in elevation, or maybe they just are more native to this higher of elevation.
Okay.
So, but that is what you notice with what you were investigating there.
Okay.
I guess I'll walk up to Wenya, and I'll just kind of put my hand on his shoulder and be like, "Is it what we're looking for? I mean, it looks like a tree to me."
And what do you look like as you approach?
When you see me walk up, it's a bard through and through, a well-dressed young man, 6 foot, nice, way too updone hair for being out in the forest. Nice, pristine-looking suit. This one is a gray, kind of green mix of a suit. He seems to change that shit all the time. He brings a full wardrobe with him. But prominently displayed on his hip is an absolute stunning rapier. Beautiful looking. And he has a small little pack on, but it looks almost like a school bag. It looks like very designer. It's definitely has no business out in the woods. But yeah, and he's just got his sleeves rolled up and just kind of looking there. Half elf, as best you can look. Best you can look as an adventure-y kind of guy. But yeah, that's old Tustin Lake. He's over here trying to suss out the sweet map that we found. So that is what I look like.
Okay. And as you kind of ask Wenya, inquire what he's looking like, or not what he's looking like, if this is what you are looking for, go ahead.
I'm not 100% sure. These brambles are not... We do not see them much on their way. But they could be native to this climb, elevation. I don't know.
And while those two are talking, Leaf will sort of start walking around the tree, knocking on it.
Okay. And what does Leaf look like as he approaches this tree?
Leaf is a burly mountain dwarf. He's wearing a brown gi with no sleeves. He's very, very hairy. And while it's hard to see through his beard, he usually adopts a pretty patient smile. He's a little tall for a dwarf, maybe around 5'2", but he's just as broad as any.
Jesus.
All right.
And he's just sort of knocking on the tree, going around it.
So you will have to kind of like go through a whole bunch of brambles. So if you want to argue some sort of athletics or acrobatics check to try to break through some of these brambles, or if you want to combat them in some other way.
I think he'd probably just take the difficulty. He's just sort of taking it at ease. If you'd like an athletics check, I'd be happy to make one, though.
Yeah.
Okay. And any tears, you wouldn't be sure if he'd get any of these tears from the brambles, but it's already such a ratty old gi anyways.
Right.
It's not the only thing he wears.
You wouldn't even notice. Okay, go ahead and make that check for me.
All right. Oh, that's terrible.
So you're trying to like fight these brambles to get to the tree, and you do. It just hurts a lot. And you take 4 points of piercing damage as you are getting forward there. So, but you do make it to the tree, and you kind of leave a little bit of a path behind you. And going around and knocking on the tree, I will let you decide if you want to make a perception check, bless you, John, or an investigation check.
I think we'll do perception.
Okay. You're gonna get different things depending.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. These are some good starts.
A beautiful start. I also just realized that I 110% forgot to put up the typical D&D channel point rewards. So if some people want to, I'm just going to, this is a little bit of a pause in here, but if you would like to bless a character, you are able to do that. And what that does is it adds a d4 to their immediate next roll that a bless would do. You can also grant 1 DM inspiration per person. So if you want to assist the characters, feel free to check that out there. Oh. Okay, cool. So I did adjust those now. Look at me go. I know how to stream.
Sure.
All right. Oh no, it's starting. It's starting.
Scuff.
No, I'm more just talking about the fact that the BBEG is going to be very buffed, as well as the fact that it's the players doing it. Because they hate themselves. Okay.
I mean, 3 of your players are mods that have over thousands of points.
Yeah.
85,000 here.
42,000.
If you press give them health that many more times, I swear to God.
Okay.
I mean, it's limited a certain number of times.
So, okay. So as you're going around Leaf and checking it out, you are looking around and you're knocking on the tree. Something feels off, but you're not 100% sure. And you yourself cannot figure out why. So,
Something feels off about this.
as you stand there kind of growling, I don't know, figuring it out, who are the 2 other characters that we see in this glade? Let's maybe start and kind of pan over to Lear. Did I say it right?
As right as you're gonna get it.
Thanks. Go ahead.
You
You
see,
hear that ads, by the way.
as everybody's gathered around this giant tree, Clear is how you pronounce it, but Lear is the only one at the minute that is setting up for the evening, so getting tents red. They're moving with a lot of purpose. He is a bit of an olive skin tone half elf. It seems like he wears a lot of on the outside anyway, a lot of like rough, durable material, but there's hints of like fine silk under his cloth, and on his side is a very pristine, like barely ever used rapier, more so for decoration than anything.
Beautiful. And as your character cycle just shifted up right as you finished describing yourself. Look at me go. So as you're kind of watching this endeavor, we pan over a little bit more to Perlin. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Awesome. Perlin, what do you look like?
Well, I'm a stereotypical looking Firbolg. I've got clothes that look probably more like a druid than they should on me, but I'm just a small town boy.
No.
A small town. God damn, I didn't mean to do that.
No.
I didn't mean.
It's already done.
I didn't mean
You're
it.
gonna
Shut
shut
down.
words, man. It's
No,
gonna happen.
I know. There's gonna be so many
Just a
song
small
jokes.
town ranger from a small little conclave. I was chosen on a mission by his god Sham.
Going on.
Right as right up north.
Awesome. And for those who maybe don't know the world as well, could you maybe tell us a little bit about your god Sham?
Well, Sham's a trickery god and was one of the first few new gods instilled in this world. Apparently he was an adventurer from another world. Don't know if Perlin knows that exactly, but
Okay, there's rumors.
Sham's not the most trustworthy anyways.
Yep, he is called Sham the Scam God. Alrighty. So, we kind of come back into this scene as Leaf is knocking on has made a little path through the brambles and is investigating the tree unsuccessfully. What would the rest of you like to do?
Like I said, Lear's going to be the one mainly setting up camp as those, well, my companions like to mess around with foliage. He is very evidently not impressed.
Okay.
I'd like to take a look at the map that we're using to get here. And you'll just hear Tustin just going on. You know, a lot of times they put weird shit on these maps. It's like hidden and secret. So he's just gonna start inspecting the heck out of it. Like maybe he hold it up to the light, and get a little wet in the corner, see if it changes the inks and stuff. Like he's just going on full, stereotypical. Hey, this is what they say in the stories. So he's going down that rabbit hole.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Just watch
Hey,
out for the
pretty
two
decent.
monsters they paint on. I heard those aren't real.
Absolutely don't know. Let's figure it out. A 22 investigation check.
So with this, as you're kind of investigating and looking around, you are almost positive you are exactly where the X on the map is. You do not, however, find any other secrets or hidden things. And you kind of get the sense that this was probably a map that your patron who hired you had, and had just, like, gotten the X on it from the bandit he was persuading.
Mhm.
It was forceful persuasion.
Very
Got it.
forceful persuasion.
Then I'll kind of like play off like I'm walking around looking at the map, and very, very, very slowly I'm gonna like try to cast prestidigitation on the map to put like a little silly mark or something, just so that when I tell the story it's not a lie.
Okay.
Because I don't lie. So
Are you trying to hide this from your friends?
absolutely, probably
Okay.
poorly, but I'm gonna absolutely try.
Go
to.
ahead and roll me a sleight of hand.
Oh, that's what I'm not
Did you-
good at. But I got
Did
a
you walk
17.
away from Winya
All right.
to do this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Tustin definitely was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go over here and read this map. He's
Okay.
holding it to the light and walking away like,
Okay.
da-da-da.
Does anyone have a passive perception higher than 17?
No.
No.
I do.
I'm sitting at a 17.
Okay, so you kind of see this out of the corner of your eyes, Pearlin. You just, like, see, like, a little magic happen. But, I mean, to be honest, you probably approve of it.
Fuck's sake.
So, that's up to you to do with that information what you will. Alright, so you have maybe successfully made this mark on your map. Okay. Is there
Yeah,
any...
so past that, I guess I'd go help set up camp too, because
Okay.
if we're gonna be investigating this big ass tree and brambles, yeah, I'm not the best at that, so I go help set up camp.
Okay.
Well, at the very least, if at the end of the day, this is the location of where the entrance is, as employer has instructed, we can always wait and ambush any unfortunate soul that may come across.
I guess, but I mean, like, we're in the middle of freaking nowhere, man. Like, we're out here in the woods. We had to take a map to get here. Like, this is a pretty good map. I'm pretty sure there's magic on this map.
I mean, definitely is at least a little bit of magic on it to embellish
Right?
it.
A little
You-
bit. A little
you
bit of.
think-
There's probably some in there.
You think there's magic on the map?
There's gotta be. Treasure maps like this always have some secret in them.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So, around what's the diameter of this tree? How
Like,
big are we talking?
it's 6 feet across.
Okay, it's a
It's
big tree.
huge. And so I'll actually say that since there's been stuff happening in the background there, you probably would have been able to continue to investigate, and if you want to roll another check at this point for the other parts of the tree, you are more than welcome to.
Sure. I think we'll have him investigate first.
Okay.
Not that that's going to be any better necessarily. There we go. That's better.
Alrighty, so as you're kind of investigating, you circle around the back and you notice that there's a little bit of a break in the brambles, and it seems like a different way to approach, and as you're kind of like going, oh, maybe that's something interesting there, you notice carved in the side of the tree, there's like a little bit of a seam, and then you notice carved this circle with a diamond inside of it that looks kind of like this.
Motherfucker.
God fucking. Really? Really sorry. Don't. Me?
It's a it group. Of course I'm gonna make my own fucking shadow marks. Except I didn't
God.
actually design these. A friend designed them for me.
That's a
And he'll
CC.
sort of, once he finds this, he'll sort of turn to the others and say, "There's a glyph over here on the tree."
Well, it's better than nothing. Let's have a look about it.
Watch your
Agreed.
steps. The brambles will cut you up if you're not careful.
You
Is
can.
it just like a mundane mark, or is it a magical glyph? You don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
You'll
from
find
what
out.
Leaf can see, it looks like it's legit carved in the side
Just
of the tree.
carved.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It doesn't seem to be magical, but, like, that's kind of what he got on that 17 there. And you guys can very easily follow his, like, trudged path through the brambles. Especially since he's kind of hefty, except for maybe Wenya would get snagged.
I mean, this is kind of the locale that he was in for a while, so I mean, he may be better about all that.
That's fair.
Does the glyph, as I get up there, does it look like anything I might have known or ever run into before?
Go ahead and roll me a history check. The DC is very high.
In that case,
No.
Oh,
all right.
What?
History, you said, correct? Yeah.
yes.
10. That was a shitty roll. I rolled a 3.
I mean, from what you know, it's kind of like it went in the stories. You would assume that, like, some sort of secret organization would have some sort of secret marks, but it's not, like, you don't recognize these specifically. Do with that information as you will.
I definitely changed the mark I made on the map to that mark, by the way.
Okay. Easy enough.
Yeah.
Well, I am not one to know much about this. Does any of you more organized folks have an inclination of what this one might mean?
It doesn't look like anything I know. I don't know, man.
No, but I do have the sudden urge to put another line in it just to throw off whatever guild that is.
But it looks, you said it definitely looks carved in the side of the tree. Like it's intentionally put there, correct? Yeah?
Very intentionally. Now that you notice it, it's small. It looks like something that could be drawn or carved very quickly, with very little, like, training. But it's small, and it's not, like, stupidly noticeable. It's kind of, like, it's not at eyesight level. It's kind of at the line of where the brambles are hitting. So if you, like, move correctly, it would be hidden. So, yeah. But it's very intentional.
Okay.
Does it kind of look like a keyhole to anyone else? Just the shape as a whole?
I mean, yeah, if you got a really weird looking key.
I guess.
There's something odd about the tree, too, when I was walking about it.
What's that?
Not sure. Maybe the sound? Couldn't tell.
The sound?
Maybe. Maybe
you-
something else. Just something off about it.
Are you suspecting the tree is hollow?
Maybe.
Well, let me check, and I'll put my ear to the tree, and I'll.
Yeah, you know what? For the sake of this, I will allow you to roll a performance check instead
Hell
of like
yeah.
some sort of
Let's see
investigation.
let's see if it's
As a
odd.
percussionist,
That's a straight up 30.
as a percussionist who makes the world her instrument, I 110% approve. And actually,
Gosh.
John, I'll give you inspiration for that too.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Bam.
So as you start drumming on this tree, it's a bop, not gonna lie, and like some of you are kind of like grooving a little
Yeah.
bit in the background. And you feel a couple different areas, and you get like a couple cool tones out of it, not gonna lie. Like the part that's directly to the right of the little symbol seems to be hollow. From what you can tell, it has a very sonorous tone. And then to the left of the symbol seems to be a little bit tighter. Like it's probably not as much space in there. But it's definitely hollow.
Oh no, we activate the music major.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. I'm
absolutely
definitely
did.
as I'm doing it. I think Lear's probably the coldest one of the group, but my favorite one to like lock eyes with and be like, yeah, you know you like that shit. Yeah, trying to get him to like at least like, God, stop. But so hollow one side, dense on the other.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, music's my #1 passion, obviously, but my second passion is lockpicking, and thievery, and just general skullduggery. So, would I know that maybe that seems something like key lock style?
Not necessarily. And with the 30, just because I think it's awesome and I want to give this to you, you kind of like after you're done, run your hand down and you notice that there's a little bit of an indentation exactly where the symbol is.
Oh,
Like a button. Straight up.
Mm.
so at the end of the beat, I'll look at Lear and just push. It's just gentle, just a gentle push.
And you watch as something indents into the tree and slides to the side. And it seems that this is maybe partially a tree. Definitely magically hollowed. Or some sort of weird mechanically hollowed. And you see before you a trail leading very steeply down into the tree. It is dirt. And it is dark.
Well, look at that, magic shit.
You were wrong.
I know.
I wouldn't call it magic, more deception.
That beat was pretty magical. You gotta admit that. Got us into a tree. I mean, how many drum beats get you into a tree, my man?
He's right.
It's not wrong.
Ones that speak the loudest have the most to lose, and he walks into the tree.
Okay.
There we go.
It drops. It's not like it's one of those paths that if you were in the woods and you like come across one of these paths, like you could sit down and slide on it.
Ah, okay. Fuck. If that's the case,
And it would likely be a bitch to get back up.
okay, if that's the case, you see Lear get to the edge, go, oh. Start saying something in another language, and do a bunch of hand motions, so it looks like he's casting a spell, as he now has to walk down the edge.
He casts
Yeah,
what?
is it open enough?
What does he
As
cast?
like
Oh,
he
walking.
like he is affected by the spell Spider Climb.
Oh, I understand. Go ahead and roll me. I'll let you do deception for this, or if you want sleight of hand, I will let you argue either of them.
I'll go deception. And we're already off to a bad start, people. Let's do this.
This is going great. Okay. Some of you noticed this, and maybe you've noticed this in the past, but he pretended like he cast something.
Oh Jesus, this is a big map.
That's okay.
Yes, it is! It's one of Zari's famous very large maps, and you're gonna be all the way at the bottom.
Goddamn, bitch, I'm blind.
I'm legally blind.
Is I mean, the surface is fairly dry, right? It's just like
Yeah.
dust, dirt.
I mean,
earth.
it's like kind of moist, but it's not like it's not like
moist.
bone dry. Ew, no, I hate the word because somebody else said it. It's not like bone dry, but it's definitely dry.
Okay. Leaf will just walk the same way down then on his feet, like directly walking down.
How else are you going to walk?
No, I mean like down at an angle, similar to spider climb.
I've seen those videos of like actual Shaolin monks walking up temple like like sheer cliffs to get the stuff. Yeah, they're wild, bro.
Spider climb.
Hell yeah.
Straight up
Real
spider
life.
climb.
Mhm.
IRL spider climb.
Oh, gosh damn it.
I'm laughing at the just moist chat.
I
Okay,
hate every single one of them.
so
You love us, Archie. Stop being a tsundere.
absolutely. Okay, so Lear, you managed to spider climb along the kind of side of the wall just because you want to show off a little bit and start walking down. What are the rest of you doing to go down this hole? It's very descriptive and
Yikes.
yeah,
Phrasing. All right.
it came out and I was just gonna let it.
It's fair.
Also,
You know,
yikes.
you know what? That's what she said.
Guys, please.
You're doing it to yourself.
I am, absolutely.
I will actually just slide down if I can.
Okay.
If I'm not going to bump into anybody.
Yeah, you can absolutely slide down. You get dirty. And
I'm an Earth Genasi. I'm used to it.
yeah, and there's like a rock here or there that kind of pokes you in the butt, and it's less of like a slide and more of like a scoot. But yeah, you,
Scoot?
Scoot?
a
Scoot?
Oh, scoot there.
I'm Midwestern, okay?
Don't you know?
It's gotta come out. Oh my gosh, I need to clip that. That's hilarious.
Little scoot.
Laughing so hard, I'm crying. Okay,
We're not 10 minutes into this.
we are. We're like 40 minutes into this. You guys
Not
have
the
opened a
point.
tree, and my Midwestern came out. Okay.
And it's moist.
Okay, well,
Okay.
if it's more of a scoot, I'll actually just try to carefully walk down. I thought it was a steeper incline than that.
Mm-hmm.
If one was to just say like jump in, would they fall to the bottom?
Not necessarily. It would be like a
Damn.
tumble.
A tumble?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, big yikes. I guess I'll just try to like just pick my way down to the bottom. Nothing fancy.
Okay. Go
If it
ahead.
was a more direct path down to the ground, I would have just jumped in and featherfalled right before I hit the bottom. But if it's too much of an incline,
Yeah.
he's got to protect the thread. So
Okay, go
he'll pick
ahead
his way
and roll me an athletics or acrobatics check, whatever you would like to choose, to just try to see how well you get down there. Oh no, Tustin, I'm so
An
sorry.
8.
You
Yeah.
trip over a rock, and like as you're scooting down, Wenya, you just know. As you're scooting down, Wenya, you just watch as Tustin goes tumbling past you.
Ass over tea
And-
kettle, baby. Let's
yeah.
go.
Can I try and catch him while he's rolling down on my like easy decline?
I think it's funnier
Too
if
late.
he it's too
late.
late. I think it's funnier if he lands.
Let me go
And
for
the
it.
best part is that you do that like, you know, when the kid goes tumbling and then they land and they go, I'm okay at the
Yeah,
end.
yeah. It's prestidigitate all the crap off me and be like, I made it.
Cool.
It's not exciting.
Oh no, my boy.
Okay, I imagine I get down the side of the wall and tidy myself up from the tiny bit of dust I have. You know, you really should take better care of your suits and ties if you're going to try to present yourself. I had
That
to
cuts
once.
deep.
How many
That cuz
Justin Timberlake puns are we gonna make?
All of them. I'm gonna make every
Yeah.
single one. I hope you understand.
Yeah. I knew what was happening when I approved this character.
You know, I knew I should have worn different shoes. I'm sorry. It was. Never mind.
Okay.
Of course you should have worn different shoes. Those are dance shoes. Don't know why you brought them out in the woods.
You see what I do with dance shoes. Don't act like you're not impressed.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Why do I feel like there's tension between the two of you?
Well, there's gonna every one of you is. You're all subject to this. Be ready.
Yeah.
Pepper thine Angus, because you're getting it.
I'm going in dry.
Oh my god. Okay. Paralyn, how do you get down this hill?
You know, I'm just gonna casually scoot down after the rest of them.
Cool. Easy enough. What about you, Leaf?
Oh,
Here's
I
Potter
said
Pony.
right after clear, I just like sort of did the similarly easy walking down, like as if I have spider climb.
Okay. I'll allow
What the
that.
hell?
Um,
How
You
do
should
you-
know why.
Yep. So
Okay.
as you guys reach the bottom, it opens up a little bit. There's some rocks at the bottom of this, incline? Yeah, you're at the bottom. It's an incline now. As well as a huge door in the rocks. It's a double door, has a little bit of a curve on the top, and there's some pretty intricate carvings, and you see that same symbol of the circle with the diamond in it, right in the center of the door.
Oh, if this is the same as what's up there, then it should just be a simple button as he tries to find and press it.
Okay. You press the door, and it does not seem to be a button.
Hmm.
There is a doorknob.
Okay.
Grab the knob.
Well, I swear to God, if I try to open this door and it's fucking locked. Opens the door.
You try the knob, and it is locked.
I'm
Kick the door in.
going to. Don't give me that
God
smug
damn.
face.
I'm gonna be the proxy of this group. I'm gonna kick the door
I was
in.
about to say, is there a
gonna
reason
kick
why
the door
you
in.
Yes!
are
Yeah.
I was waiting for it. I was like, who's gonna pick the lock unless someone's gonna pull a me?
Is it a mimic?
You don't know.
You can get revenge.
Athletics.
Yes.
For
Oh,
sure.
that would be funny. For those who don't know, Dragon is the DM for my Curse of Strahd group, and the first door that I tried to kick in ended up being a mimic. So,
It was
go
hilarious.
ahead and roll me a strength check.
And then I punched through that mimic. Woo.
That is a 25.
Nice.
Okay, so what this does, this is a stone huge door, and you just walk forward, like, and I just imagine, like, the, the karate guy kick, like, where you put your
Karate
leg,
guy?
like, fully up. You know, like, the little
Brain
symbol of the
dance?
karate guy? I don't know what it's called. But,
I was talking about Karate Kid.
oh, okay. But you kick the door. It shakes, and it begins to buckle a little bit, and it opens just, like, the tiniest bit, and it seems that you have cracked whatever lock was there. You did not kick the door fully in, though, but, like, it's open now.
Nice one.
Well, that's good. Fuck. Excellent.
Yeah,
Let's go first.
Yeah, Leaf will just look very approvingly after saying nice one to Wenya.
Alrighty, and you see before you, this room, as the door kind of opens, it begins to light up like a foom, 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 as magical torches light. And you see a room before you.
Great. A large open room with no distinguishing features. I wonder what this has entailed for us.
Hmm.
Well, let's get this over with. Anyone following me?
Tustin
Yeah.
moves himself in there.
No reason to slow down now.
Nick? What? Hold on, what the fuck's Nick?
He's under Justin.
One's on the top of me, apparently.
So we're
And-
gonna
Please.
bottom. Got it.
Hold on.
As we are entering this dungeon, as a DM, I'm going to let you know that I'm going to take into account where your token is.
Nick.
So, just keep that in mind for everything.
Nick.
Nick.
Okay, there's a lot of sass going around the room here.
You're in a
Oh,
party
right.
full of bards. What do you expect?
Besides, you kind of earn it.
There's 4 rounds of vicious mockery coming your way.
I love
Calm
this,
down.
like, formation that just ended up happening. You guys
Just
are
natural.
really cute.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
We're an adventuring group. That's what it is.
So you see below you there is pretty clean looking stone floor. The walls are also stone, and the ceiling's about 15 feet-ish high, and it seems to be made of the same material. There's random, like, torches about 5 feet off the ground that seem to be magically lit, and then a very almost the same stone door lies before you.
Okay, before I even get close to it, because I'm getting bad vibes all around. I'm gonna use Mage Hand to try.
Okay, so you make your mage hand appear, and you go to the door, and you kind of like grab the handle, and you feel it rattle.
Yeah, it's locked again. Well, Winya,
Oh.
since you
I don't think you'd have the force to push or pull it open, if I'm being honest. With a mage hand. So.
well, either way, Winya, you are the one for. Well, you took it upon yourself to be this type of
I'm
man today,
fucking
so please continue.
We think that this place is connected to Enga Naku, right?
Correct. It is her tomb, as far as you were told. And you are.
What do we know? Like, okay, so I would say that Tustin has heard the stories, and that's kind of maybe he likes that whole Robin Hood vibe that she gives off, right? Like,
Absolutely.
definitely in that. So he's probably tried to collect bits of information, and that's also probably why he even found this job in the first place. Is like, oh hell yeah, that sounds wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I think what would he know about things about, like, what's the primer of knowledge he's gained on her and how she would do things? Would I know she likes to do the calling cards, so I think the traps would probably have a little bit of, like, there's some personal zazz to them and stuff like that, a message to be given. But, like, what kind of things would he know? Like, does she prefer certain kinds of things, arrows, things like that? Magic, mix of both, or
So,
what kind of stuff would
go
he think
ahead
he would expect?
And roll me a history check. You're gonna get information no matter what, because Eirwen had a ton of information about her because it was his nemesis. But like, this is going to be how much you have personally like researched.
And inspiration is advantage?
Correct.
Below my inspiration then. Out of that 20,
Okay,
27.
so you know quite a bit about her. I imagine that you, especially moving up to this area where, from Naso, as you kind of like were moving up, her reach, like, people told legends of her down in Naso as well. So she's a very infamous bandit in this area. What you know about her is that she seems to only target rich people, and people in power. That it's never about like how much she can steal and more about what thing would irk them. So it's very personal. It always seems that she does her research. She knows where things are in people's houses, and she's extremely intelligent. She does not have one lick of magic power.
Okay.
So, however, she did employ and ran with several mages, just depending. But she was known for she was very well trained in all sorts of combat, but she was known for more of the get close and personal with a rapier, very flamboyant style of fighting.
He
Absolutely.
fell in love with her then.
Yeah. Very, very flamboyant, very, very like personal. And she also is known for like being very taunting and attacks like with kind of gets people in their gut in terms of personal attacks as well. So, you don't know necessarily like what traps or anything she used because it was always her raiding other people, and no one has found her base yet.
Okay. Just a real quick thing. We've been traveling together. Everyone can see in the dark, correct? So we don't need a light source. I'm assuming. I think everyone.
I don't have dark vision.
You don't? Okay. All right. So I would
Well,
make sure I hold a torch in the back for you. That way there's light going in front That way you can see. So I'll stay in the back, and I'll kind of give that to you. And you'll also see he goes, well, time to get to business. Are these torches on the walls?
Yep. They seem
And
to
they were
be
magically lit?
correct.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to grab one of those. So I'll go over to this one and grab it.
You walk over to that one, and as you're kind of like going to grab it, it is embedded in the wall.
How is it embedded?
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. 15. I don't have advantage on that one.
Okay, so with a 15, you actually kind of see a track that goes up and down, and it seems like this could move. It doesn't as you tug on it, but it seems like it could go straight up or straight down the entire length of the wall.
On the floor and the ceiling, are there like little cutouts for it to
No.
or anything? Or okay, so it stops at the
Mhm.
edges, the seams. I'll call that out to everybody. That's a little weird. These like adjustable torch wall things. This is kind of crazy. Well, shoot, I was gonna grab this and take it with us, but
I mean, maybe it's some kind of puzzle?
Well, I could break it, but I don't know if it would still work.
No, let's leave destruction to our final.
yeah, man, if this is her tomb. I kind of want to. I mean, she would appreciate me taking something, a souvenir, but I'm not trying to break the tomb itself.
Fair enough. We should respect the dead, even if they were criminals.
Heck, maybe there's a gift shop for them.
Criminal's a big word.
Oh, Tustin,
Shrugs.
I totally forgot to tell you, with your nat 20, the other thing that you would have noticed is that about her, there's also a history of the less fortunate in the area that she is in stumbling across something that helps them. So you 110% would have like drawn that connection that she like doesn't keep all of the stuff that she steals.
I gotcha.
So, sorry, that was just something that I reread in my notes, and I was like, oh, he needs to know that. Okay, cool. Continue on.
Yeah.
As you're kind of approaching the door, you do notice that it does have a handle, it does have a lock.
So, I'll go up and I will try again.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a strength check.
Do it.
Apply pressure.
That is nat 1.
You kick the door, and you, like, stun your foot a little bit.
Oh.
And it hurts. And you're, like, kind of shaking your foot and trying to shake it off. And ow. Ow.
I like jammed my leg.
Yeah.
Shake it off.
This one seems to be a bit stronger.
How much stronger are we talking?
8 did not budge.
Very stronger.
Okay. Well, let's see.
Also, the dichotomy of man. 2 nat 20s and a nat 1.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what we do. Huh. Do you have torches, or any way to see, Perlin?
I should.
Here, I can help out if needed, and I'll cast light on Perlin's head.
I have light too, but damn it.
You're like
Especially.
a little blinded as this light's on your head.
You can tell. You can tell. Lear does not care about efficiency. He cares about he cares about efficiency, not
appearance and stuff.
Aesthetics.
We got there.
He's function, not form. If you want to go that way.
All right, DM.
I'm very much the opposite.
Yes. I was like, oh wait, that's me. For some reason, when you said DM, I was like assuming Charles, which is hilarious.
I think Leaf would sort of step forward. What I'd like to have him do is his fists, his feet, they're adamantine weapons. That's what they're rated for.
Cool.
So I think he's just gonna break the door down.
Absolutely. Please attack.
You mind if I just attack
Go for
this
it.
door?
Yeah. So
Yeah, go fist that
break
door.
it open.
So I'm just gonna say this. It's possible to hit the door. You don't have to roll to hit. But there's a damage threshold you must get over in order to do. So just go ahead and roll me some damages.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm just gonna start by. Are we sure that to hit doesn't matter?
I mean, you can roll double damage here because it's funny. Maybe you'll get it in one blow.
All right, let's go for it.
I am the meat in a crit
And
sandwich.
then I think since this is the first attack, which means an additional. Yeah, there we go.
Beautiful. So
22.
You.
That's one punch.
Stop. Not my players scaring me in chat. How rude. You punch the door, and you actually hear the lock in the door begin to buckle. One or two more good hits would do it. You definitely found the sweet spot there in that first one.
Oh, I was just trying to break the door, not the lock.
Well,
Go ahead. Just do it
that's why
anyway.
you can keep
just
going until
punches
you break
boulders.
through the door. Yeah, so it's not necessarily that you break the door open with this damage. You're gonna get there eventually. This is what you do, man.
Sure. Okay.
But you manage to, like, not only break the lock, but you see the whole iron of the door begin to buckle at the weight of your fists. And after a few good hits, you do manage to punch straight through the door. But it also, like, cracks the lock and it swings open and there's just like a hole.
There's just some debris. Well, door's open.
Can see that.
Okay. And what you see before you is this room is dark. There is no light in this room. And it seems to be roughly about a 15-foot ceiling, and kind of like these little alcoves in stone throughout. There is another door on the side. This one does not seem to have a seam or a handle. And as you kind of walk in, you notice these little statues that are kind of like, think like the Skyrim statues that are like these little
Fucking nerd.
arches that I can't disadvantage on
Don't
your
take a
next
chance
roll.
for something on track.
Disadvantage on your next roll. So there's little like kind of arches that are have 4 different sides to them that have symbols on them, and then there seems to be like something above them in the on the like alcove that it's tucked in. I'm just kidding, Nick. You don't have disadvantage on your next roll. Just giving you shit. For giving me shit.
I was gonna roll like Mulan vibes there, like dishonor to you, dishonor to your
Disadvantage!
Damn, good thing I don't have a cow familiar.
Yeah.
He's done.
I mean, you're Furbolg, so you are the cow.
Well, seeing how this is all stone, Leaf, would you like to go first?
He'll shrug, say, "Sure, why not?" And he'll step his way into the room, just sort of cautiously making his way forward.
You see a couple symbols on the like little square pillars, as well as I said, there's like some symbols like above them.
Liz purposely going to be waiting like a moment just to see any explosions happen.
Oh yeah,
Not where he's standing.
trust me. He's just moving forward slowly.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, these hallways are a little suspicious looking.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be.
Cool. Nothing seems to happen. I'll just give that to you as you're walking through. A very suspicious lack of traps. And as you're kind of like looking at it, it seems that, okay, sorry, hold on. As you're kind of looking at it, and especially I would say that, Lear, you would kind of pick up on this. You recognize these symbols. And it tickles something in the back of your brain. Maybe Tustin would pick up on this as well. So it reminds you of something. And Leaf, actually, as you step forward on that last square there, you feel a little bit of a plate shift, and the door opens.
God.
Can I, before anything pops out to attack me, can I make a history or some
You
type of check?
absolutely can, and I will give you advantage for this, just based on your family and your history.
I'll do history. Okay, thank God for advantage. 22.
Okay, so with a 22, you very specifically recognize these. And you're kind of like looking at it a little bit more in depth, and you notice that there's like like those little wheels that you can turn and slide and rotate, and actually you rotate one of them and it seems to have the same 4 symbols that you see. And actually as you rotate one of them, the door closes. And so you can like rotate it and put it back, but you recognize these 4 symbols, and it reminds you of a very, very famous ballet. And it's this story, and actually I think that your matron of your house has actually thrown this ballet before, like sponsored it and directed it and everything. But you kind of look around and you see that it's telling a story in symbols reminding you of this. But a story of a long-off hero on another world named Reverie. You see a small baby.
God damn it!
A small baby jaguar in the moonlight on the one to your leftmost. And then kind of forward working clockwise around the room. The next one you see just like a symbol of a bite. And then one to the third you see a very interesting looking figure with a tail receding into a jungle. And then the one in the fourth leftmost, you see a very famous constellation in the sky of a dove and a jaguar. But it's the story of adventure, of love, and of a were curse.
You see, God, I'm gonna sound like a fucking nerd. Now, it's every campaign of you people. Leaf takes out like almost like a ledger notebook hybrid thing. Goes to one of the back pages and starts scribbling in all the symbols to make sure he has it all jotted down for category stake.
Yeah, and so it seems that they're put in a specific order, in story order, and that they're in that correct order right now. So, and as you like move to the last one, it's on the ground almost, the like little slider wheel, so you like nudge it with your foot, and then you can like nudge it back and it reopens the door.
You Skyrim'd us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think someone else has been here recently.
Have I heard of that play? I'm assuming I probably
I would
played
say
in it. Yeah.
Yeah, especially you've probably heard of it. I don't know that you would know like the entire depth of it. Lear probably knows that this is a story of one of the heroes who came and helped clear off the world before second colonization. And so her impact has like come to this world from a different plane. Which is pretty cool. So I would say
it's weird that it's already open. Yeah. I'll bring it up. It's weird it's already open.
It's possible, and that means if this was a mechanism, there is a high likelihood that more of a similar variety will be in there. I shall be jotting down as many as I see, so I'm going to be a little preoccupied, if you forgive me.
So,
if we don't.
Tustin, you would probably recognize that Naka would be like enamored by this ballet because it's a really cool story of like a monk. So
Then he's like, yeah, this sounds like her. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Also it's a very gay story, which I love.
It's a very, very gay story.
Because it's Cece. Okay.
All right.
But yeah, the room before you, you kind of see this. So the stone was pretty seamless in this room, but in this next room, it's a little bit more cobbled. It seems that it's a little rougher to walk on. It might be a little bit harder. And there's stone walls that go from floor to ceiling about 15 feet up. And it curves before you.
We'll make our way in. Yeah.
Onward and onward.
Again, I'll be trailing behind, making sure I'm keeping an eye out for any small details now.
I'll have to see the wizard.
I'm gonna hurt you.
Because I knew I'm into that shit.
That's an interesting. I wonder why she used that story in the beginning here. I guess maybe it's like only her closest followers might know that she liked that story. You think?
Maybe, maybe not. It could actually be something to do with the meaning of the story, and or maybe the characters themselves. Whether he's a very famous person from old history, so of course she has a entourage of performances based around her.
See, Tustin is just racking his brain, like, what does it mean? What's the deeper thing? Yeah, so,
It means she was gay.
that's fine.
She liked women.
I'm in the
Historians
theater
call them
too.
best
It
friends.
happens.
All right.
Hey man, polymorph exists in this world. You can do anything you want, bro.
Oh my gosh.
They were close friends. They were best buddies.
So
They were roommates.
they were roommates.
And-
So Leaf, as you're going
They had a book
forward,
club.
you see that it opens up and then there's another wall right there, and it seems to split.
It's a mall?
Damn, do they have corn dogs?
Dude, that sounds so good right now.
Damn, why do I want a mall in the middle of a dungeon now?
No, that would be creepy.
You made your bed, not lying in it.
You know, that sounds like a sham dungeon right there. Just a mall in the middle of it.
All off-brand stuff, Dom.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, looks like there's a split here. And he'll keep going forward for now.
Okay, so you see that it extends all the way down. There's an opening kind of further up on the left down there, as well as it seems to extend around the corner. It does also go to your right as well. Or your left, sorry. I know my directions.
Okay. Well, which way you all think?
To the left.
Everything. You know,
Yeah,
different
that's where my brain went.
I hate
Sort of
every single one of
cracking
these.
up
Not
at
to.
it.
We'll take a look. We'll peek over to the
Okay.
left first.
So, as you look to the left, you kind of notice that this seems to be a dead end. And it's starting to remind you of a maze. And actually, at the end of it, you just see, like, sticking about 2 feet out of the wall, just a whole row of spikes.
Sharp.
Already just protruding,
Yep.
eh? Like
Any
a
blood on the
sprung
ground?
trap?
Go ahead and make a perception check. Like, right down here. Yeah. And if you would like to get closer, you can make an investigation check.
I will. I'll get up there and check. I'll check it out. You said perception and then investigation?
Yeah, it can be a perception or investigation, just depending on what you want, and you'll gain different things from it.
Well, I'll take a good look first, and then I'll move in closer and
Okay.
then do it. So perception,
Nope.
I rolled an nat 1, which is
Okay.
an 11.
Um,
And investigation, I also rolled an 11. A lot of ones.
so
a lot of ones today.
as you're kind of looking at it, you don't see blood on it. They seem to be very clean spikes. They are made of iron, and it's kind of like all in a line up the wall, sticking about a foot or two out, and it doesn't seem that they move. So they seem to be like pretty embedded in there.
Huh. And then I will back away very slowly over the same steps that I took, and then look over my shoulder, make sure there's nothing that's gonna come squish me into the spikes, and then get it the fuck out of the way.
Okay.
And I'd be like, yeah, that's weird. I don't like that.
Back the other way, I guess.
It does
Spike
continue
ball.
this way.
Mm,
And
okay.
I also
That's
did
just
not.
this?
Yeah, I also did not put black in that like thing, but it's solid right there.
Okay.
Okay.
No problem. Well, keep your eyes open.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
I'd say your ear to the ground, but there's not a lot of room in here.
It's alright, my ears are pretty good. I'll try to listen.
Yeah, I'll make some extra room then, and they'll just go up on the ceiling and start walking.
Oh, it's so
Nice.
creepy, dude. Why do you keep doing that?
So
It's more efficient.
these walls go all the way to the ceiling, so you can't like walk over them. But yeah, you can definitely walk on the ceiling for this.
But yeah, as he's going up, he goes to Pelin and goes, "It's more efficient. Less traps up here."
And right then a spear shoots through the ceiling.
Honestly, that would be my luck.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he goes on the ceiling and starts walking.
Making our way.
Downtown?
How many song references can we get in one mini
All
campaign?
of them. All of them.
We're on what, number 8 now?
Yeah, we're there. We're there. So, Leaf,
Hey, but is I'm in the next one's Mambo number 9?
Leaf, as you kind of peer around the
We're on number
corner,
No, it is, yes.
you see that there seems to be, it kind of hits a wall to the right, but there seems to be 2 possible ways to go there.
All right. Well,
Hmm.
let's take a peek.
Which way would you like to go? First one or second?
Well, I'm mostly just trying to peek around the corner first.
Lear, you are in the middle of a wall right now.
Oh,
And also, Nick, move your freaking token.
I'm fucking moving. Fight me. No, you're not. That's the problem.
Okay, sorry. Joey, what were you saying you were doing? I got distracted by Nick.
Just wanted to peek down this one first.
Okay.
I assume that's
It seems to continue down and then kind of turn to the side.
Okay. We'll just peek around this corner too, but I think we're probably gonna go this way.
This one also turns to the side.
Well, another fork. And we'll go down this way.
Okay,
You
so
really stop leaving so
you
many
look down
utensils.
this way, and you see at the end of it, there seems to be a sort of like weird looking texture in the ground. And you look at it a little bit closer, and it just seems to be a pit, just in the middle of the ground, at the end here.
Well, let's go back the other way. Some sort of pit trap. Or, well, just a pit now.
It's a pity.
So it feels like all
I'm
these.
pretty sure we're not the first ones here.
Yeah,
really?
but looking at the other trap on the wall, it didn't even look like it had a mechanism to spring. It just looked like it was a decoration. Like there's a trap should be in here, so we put a trap here.
I mean,
Oh, fuck. I think that shows what she's done.
she was a famous thief, so maybe
Right?
maybe her tomb was designed with fake traps.
And everything was a poke at somebody, so she's poking at the would-be grave robbers, I'm imagining. It's just clever as hell. God, she's interesting.
It's really cool to hear someone nerd about my fictional character.
Alright.
So it seems to
Stepping
open up
around
kind
here.
of, yeah, to your left, and to be another T, and then it also seems to continue straight down and then to turn left there as well.
Well, let's keep on for now. See if this goes to a dead end or another trap. Trap. He
Uh,
says, doesn't seem like a trap.
So as you
It's a trap.
poke your face around this one, because I assume that's where you're going, so I'll reveal it. It does seem to be another dead end. This one doesn't seem to have a trap, though. It just seems to be a dead end.
Another dead end. Might be worth looking at if we can't find our way forward.
Yeah, I'll kind of poke around the dead end because I'm like, yeah, it's the clever plays that she's trying to do. Is it really a dead end? And I'm just gonna look.
It is. It is really. Actually, make me an investigation check.
Yeah. Watch him waste his time. 18 total.
So as you're kind of poking around, you don't notice any traps or any like indication of anything, and it's weird to you. There's nothing. It's just a dead end.
Huh.
Well, I guess as
Leaves
they
a little
do,
disappointed.
I guess as they do that, Blair's very verbally going to go, I'm going to take the path of least resistance and go over the pit, since, you know, I have the ability to.
Oh, there's no. Oh,
No
you're
pit.
gonna go look up over the pit. I understand now. I was like, there's no pit in front of you where you're at. I get what you're going at. You go ahead and roll me an investigation check over there.
Yeah, sure. What the fuck is... There it is. Hell yeah. That's a dirty 20 on an off day.
Okay, there's nothing. And you're confident there's nothing. And actually, as you're kind of like looking a little bit, you do notice, however, as you walk down the wall and kind of into the pit's about a 4-foot drop. And you see at the bottom there, just like, it looks weird. It looks like a little vent at the bottom.
Only 4 feet.
It's what, like an Archie tall?
I'm gonna get on my hands and knees while no one's there. Shut up. And see and peek into the vent.
Okay, so I'll let that, it's pitch black down there. Letting that 20 investigation ride. And, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Perception. That's performance. This is perception. Oh, damn. Only a 12.
Okay, it smells different than it does in this room, but that's all you can really pick up on.
Very well. I'll call up to my companions. Well, the pit is a very nice hole. However, there is an air duct in here. If anyone would like to join me in the hole. Stop laughing at that. It's not funny.
I don't know, is there enough
Fuck
room in
you.
the hole? Is there enough room in the hole, or is it a hole that's only big enough for one person at a
Stop.
time?
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
we can make room. That'll work.
Listen, it's not the first time there's been people in the holes in Zyra's campaign. Won't be the last.
Anyway,
Stop laughing at that. It's not funny.
it's not funny. Okay, what are you guys doing? Are we continuing forward? Is someone gonna go investigate the hole with Lear?
Yeah, I'll go poke around with him, cause I'm assuming Tustin is very he's like, there's a gimmick to this, so he's like, yeah, let's check the hole out. So he'll go and help out too.
Okay.
As Dustin's gonna go coming around, I'm just gonna yell out, "I'm sorry, my friend, but I need to steal your light." As he casts light into the vent, so we can get a better view.
Okay. You cast light into the vent. I like imagine you stick your finger and you cast it on the other side of the vent. It goes down for ages. Like you can't really see. As far as your vision can see, it just seems to be kind of like an endless void. And so that's all you can see. Tustin, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
All right. Perception. Dirty 20.
Tustin, you smell water.
Oh man, there's some water down there.
I wonder how far down. I'll drop a coin to see how long it will take me to fall.
Okay. You drop a coin.
No, dang it.
It's only a copper.
I got a
Yeah,
pack
better
of
than a
rocks, man.
fucking carp.
It's only a copper. It is nothing.
So
I just look at my suit and look at him and be like, it's nothing.
it's nothing. You wait about. Go ahead and roll me an intelligence check.
Oh boy, intelligence
It's to
check.
see if you can gauge time and distance. So I'll give you.
No, I'm dumb.
I'll give you a time for sure.
You know what?
It takes a couple seconds, but you faintly hear a splash. And you're not quite sure how long that equates, but you know it's longer than 60 feet because you couldn't see the water with your light.
Well, after you, as he stands up and my hands are filthy, he starts cleaning it with prestidigitation, then rubbing liquid, and then a cloth to really get the dirt off.
Mood.
God dang. Sorry, I didn't need to move myself over there. Are you going down in this hole?
He was
Well,
in
I
the
would
pit.
like-
The vent was in the pit or drain.
Yeah,
or
like
whatever.
Are you going down this drain?
Well,
are you gonna try to?
Well, so far, it's one of our most favourable options.
It's
Unless
like
you wanna go-
literally this big. It is the size of an apple.
Don't worry, I can make it bigger. I've had a lot of practice.
No.
Yeah.
No!
Hey, I need a drink. I'll be back.
Have to
Holy
walk that
cow.
one off.
Oh boy.
Okay. Anyway.
Doesn't- don't say
It's
it.
not that funny. Stop laughing.
That's
Dirty
that
mind.
has to be your character's catchphrase from now.
Yeah.
It's not that funny. Stop laughing.
Alrighty. Okay, what are you guys doing now that you have thoroughly investigated my drain?
Yikes.
Listen, I'm a plumber. I don't want to see your dreams.
Did you really have to call it your drain?
I
It's
continue
my
forward, is
dungeon.
what I do.
Okay,
Yep,
cool.
I continue forward.
Okay, Leaf, are you still leading? And which way are you leading while these yahoos investigate? Joey?
Alright, let's keep going.
So it seems
Yeah,
to peel off to the left over there as well as continue down to the right.
I'm getting tired of these cutoffs.
Let's take a peek down the left first.
Okay. It seems to continue around the corner, and it kind of like looks like it loops back on itself. Cool. And as you go that route, it is a dead end. And another
Wow.
similar
Another
row
dead
of
end.
spears is almost exactly the same.
Well, time to go back.
And as you go this other way, it opens up into like a little bit bigger of a corridor, but it is also another dead end.
I wonder if we have to go a different way.
Do you care if I draw on the map, anybody?
No, go ahead.
Alright, so I'm gonna just put spikes.
As
We're
long as
there.
you don't draw
And
object.
right there.
Yeah.
I mean, only if it's warranted. And then this is the pit trap right here.
Correct.
This one's dead and a dead end, but it's more of a little alcove, right?
Yep. And there seems to be nothing in that one.
Hmm.
But it's an alcove.
Okay.
Do you care if I take a look right quick?
If you take a little what?
Take a look right quick.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, do it, man.
Oh,
I'm gonna go up
you
and
were
knock on-
asking the characters, not me. I understand now. You scoot your little self past. Go.
I'm gonna go up and knock on all the walls.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me. If you want to listen, maybe a perception check, or if you want an investigation check, either of them.
I'm gonna go perception because it is 1 point higher. 15.
Okay, so with a 15, they all seem to sound the same, from what you can tell. And you kind of knock on one of the other walls that you can, like, hear and see. And it sounds the same, too. So, like, you get the sense that these are all one-time walls, if that makes sense. Like,
One time?
similar corridors to what you are in. So
Okay.
this, like, maze, whatever this is, continues.
Shit. Okay. We may need to go back to the beginning and go right.
Lear's still not with those people.
Okay, Lear, what are you doing?
Yeah, he's uh, after he's got out the hole, cleaned himself off. Probably spent a good like 5-6 minutes cleaning every part of himself. There's a hole in the ground in the hole. The floor must be at least somewhat collapsible. So let's just do this quick. He snaps his fingers and he casts shatter on the ground.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that damage for me. I assume that you're standing back, so it's to not explode yourself.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's only 7. Wait, does shatter have some weird
It does like
thing
double
about
damage to
I'll just display it.
Yeah. Structures was a great word. Okay, so you see it kind of shake. It doesn't like crack per se, but you get the sense that you did some damage to it. There's like little hairline fractures that you can kind of see, but it's really difficult to see because it's cobblestone.
Leaf, I got something for you to break. But mind you, well, foot in.
Break, you say?
Yes.
Okay, and then let's see, we're down. So, sorry, what did you reveal?
Nothing. Nothing got
It's just-
revealed. It's just a hole in the ground.
What do I need to break?
Over here, where I am.
He wants you to smack through the pit trap into the abyss of nothing.
Hold on, pit trap.
That's what one of you called it.
A pit, yeah.
Mm.
Hmm,
Yeah, as I'll just show
why?
Leaf the hole. Well, there's a hole in the hole, and I'll push him in.
Sounds lovely.
How tall
You're
are
gonna
you?
push him?
You're gonna try to push the barbarian
Yeah,
monk.
I don't know.
Good fucking luck,
You're
buddy.
not able to budge him. I'm just gonna say, with knowing your strength scores, you're not able to budge him. You like push him. He doesn't go anywhere.
Just redirect him into the hole so he gets dirty again.
He sort of just looks at you and he's like, "Now, son, you can always ask politely."
Son,
Jumps
me, I'm
in
probably
hole.
older than you.
He shrugs.
Yeah, you don't just force a man into a hole.
Yikes. Anyway, always ask consent. Go
God damn it!
ahead.
Stop laughing. No funny.
It's pretty funny. So Leaf, you are down in this hole now if you choose to be. And you can kind of see a little bit of the hairline
Yeah.
fractures.
He'll start to walk the same, like just completely at a 90-degree angle
Cool, cool.
and sort of inspect.
Go ahead and
So this is covering like what, the vent or something?
yeah, so it's
Yep.
it's a pit. It's about 4 feet deep.
Yeah.
The
pit.
bottom is the same. It's like the same material as everything around you. And there's like a
Mhm.
little itty bitty teeny tiny vent against the wall.
Okay,
And-
I'll hit it.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and for the sake of this, I'm just gonna like let it happen. You can punch through the floor because it's you, especially with the hairline fracture that's already there from the shatter spell. It takes you a little
Mhm.
bit. It hurts you get like the kind of bruised knuckles and a little bit of a tear there.
The adamantine weapons, bro.
Okay, whatever. You
I
don't
hit
then.
rocks.
Rocks are a living. But
Oh.
eventually you are able to kind of, it crumbles through. And so now it's like a little bit of just like a hole to nothingness in the middle of the ground. And it seems to continue on, and you hear after a couple seconds, bloop, 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 as rocks hit water. But
It
you
goes
kind of,
down to water.
you kind of like peek your head down there. There's not a wall continuing along the sides. It literally just opens up into a bottomless pit, from what you can see. And from as far as your vision can see, it just seems to go.
Well, that seems fruitless. But if we're desperate, and he'll just proceed to walk back out of the pit at 90 degrees before coming over the other side.
Okay, cool.
Well, shall we? and he'll start heading towards one of the earlier dead ends.
Okay, and you can just move your tokens back to kind of
Yeah.
the start. So there's two options
See,
to
where
go.
was it here?
Yep. There's two ways to go. You could either go forward from where Leaf is, or up from where Leaf is, or you could go to the right.
This was a dead end too, correct? Where I'm pinging?
Correct.
All right. Was there spikes or no?
Nope.
I don't remember if you said that. Okay, so just a dead end. Okay.
Cool. Which way are you going?
I'll go this
Well,
way.
We'll check. We should check up first. If that's
This
open.
way?
Yeah, we might as well.
Yeah, on the other side of the pit, or was it up
Mhm.
against the wall?
Yeah, it's up against the wall. There's a wall on the
It's up
pit.
against the wall, so
Hmm.
we'll step over.
Gotcha.
Take a look.
Okay. Cool. It seems to continue and then kind of like open up a little bit to the left, or open up to the right.
Hey, Nick.
Nick Nick needs to move his token, but he stepped away for a sec. He's good.
Oh,
Wow, I just got
notice.
back. Fighting.
Okay. So, do you want to go which
we'll
way?
step in. I'll take a look down first.
Okay. So, looking down, it seems to continue kind of like back around and over to the left a little bit and open up.
And the other one's a dead end, I see.
No, it's not. It does turn
No,
to
it's
the
not.
left.
Oh, sorry. There's just a line here.
I know, and I picked black instead of. I should have gone with the brown that the other sides of the walls are, but it's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, let's let's check out south.
Okay, so as you look and kind of go over this way, it seems to turn to the different sides, and it goes left downwards, or it can go. Left and upwards, or you could go to your right and downwards.
Let's take a peek at right and downwards first.
Okay. And I'll just give this to you. It circles back around to. It takes you a second because you're like, the heck. Did I just like walk in a circle, or is it just like the corridors look the same? And then you kind of like recognize that it's the entrance, so it does seem to circle around on itself. And then this seems to be another dead end, and you see another pit at the bottom of it.
Okay. That's this over here, or is
Mhm.
that over here? Okay.
And then this one seems to turn around the corner, and you almost run face first into another wall of spikes.
Huh.
Ah. Where was the spikes? It was
Top.
where? The top. Okay.
Sorry, I'm on the reveal tool, so I can't ping.
Yeah, I got you.
Right.
You're good.
So did you say there's anything here?
There's
it's
a
just
pit.
hard to see with the. Okay. Then we'll wonder where we need to go.
So
Let's
the
see.
only way that you guys have not gone yet is this kind of northward
Is it
direction.
this way?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, time to go back that way.
Okay, so easy enough, you walk back that way. And it seems to continue straight. And then there's like a pathway to continue straight, or it curves to the left. And there is like a little offshoot that I'll say for the sake of brevity, you stick your face in and you realize that it's just a dead end. There are no spikes, there are no pits.
All right. Come over to this intersection to sort of see what I can see.
Okay, and at this intersection, you see it kind of curves a little bit to the side. Who put curves in my dungeon? It makes it hard to reveal shit.
I
Yes,
wonder.
man.
I know, right?
I like a dungeon with curves. I'm just saying.
You're not wrong.
Curves are nice.
bad.
Curves are great.
God.
Ignoring that, I
Solid
blame the
dungeon.
person. Ignoring that,
I'm
ignoring
keep-
that,
I'm
I blame
keeping
the
out of
person
this
called the Dungeon
conversation.
Master.
I can't say anything right in this conversation. I'm staying silent.
I want to go the curvy way.
Okay, cool. You go the curvy way.
Agreed.
Oh dear lord. You go the curvy way, and it seems to kind of loop back around on itself. And it opens up into a little room. And There seems to be a wall of spikes straight ahead, so kind of on this wall right here. So.
Oh,
There's,
okay.
You said there were spikes on the wall?
Yep.
What was it?
Mm-hmm.
The length of it? Or
Yep.
just the back
Like-
corner?
The length of it, just like in a couple lines of them.
Does
Okay.
there seem to be, if I move forward, does there seem to be anything else over here? Or is this
No.
just an alcove with spikes?
It's just a little alcove. There's no spikes on that wall, but it's just a little alcove.
Okay.
Sly would be mad
then
at
I
me.
guess
I didn't. Oh no, I need my reveal tool.
Then we go.
Why would Slide be mad at you?
Because I left little black lines on the map.
Yeah, that's what was wigging us out earlier.
I know. So you pop your face in this one. It seems to be another dead end. There is no pit. There is nothing in here. And then you continue on to the left.
Okay, we can take a look around to the left.
And it seems to continue and loop back around.
I think she may have had a sense of humor.
Oh, she definitely did. So while we're doing this, we're like retracing some of our steps and things like that. There's one path and there's a few dead ends. I've kind of like been just kind of marking the walls and stuff to kind of just, okay, there's traps this way, there's stuff this way.
Okay.
Or maybe not marking the walls, but marking, in my head, like, okay, there's this there, and stuff like that. Does it feel like for example, I know this because we're looking at a map. This spot right here seems to be a dead space, right? That
Oh,
big black
I'm
square.
so sorry. There was a little. You guys would have investigated this. There's
Okay,
a little curve all the way around. Yep. And
Loop-de-loop, okay.
there is a pit at the end of that one.
Okay. I'll
Are
add
you
that.
physically marking, or are you just making mental notes?
I can physically mark. I didn't say I was. If I can go back and say I was, I would be like pit, and then I'd like paint. I literally have a painter's kit, so I'm literally like a little white paint, just
Okay.
painting on the walls.
Sounds good to me.
Pit this way, spikes here.
The ultimate
stuff like that.
toddler afternoon,
Yeah, right.
Easy enough.
except for useful.
I will say that you have that, and I'm noting that you are taking special attention to know where things are.
Yeah. One thing I would be looking for too is more carvings in the wall, more engravings specifically.
Okay.
My passive perception is 20, so if that helps.
Yes. You do not.
It's pretty
In
perceptive.
fact, you notice an absence. There's no
Okay.
carvings. There's no markings.
Okay.
So, for the sake of brevity, you guys loop around. It seems to continue straight, and it seems to go to the right. That's your right. Okay, so
Keep on keeping on.
you continue to the right, and it curves around a little bit, or you could take a right out.
Let's take the right out.
Okay.
Hmm.
And it seems to kind of tee off to the right a little bit over there, too.
God, I bloody hate puzzles.
It's not a puzzle, it's a maze.
I
Yeah.
hate mazes. I have a
I don't
bad
know,
sense of direction.
I don't know. I think they're pretty amazing.
I'm gonna hurt you.
God damn it.
To the
I love
pun
that
counter.
joke.
Okay, so which way are you going, Leaf, as you are leading this charge?
Well, I mean, I'd like to see what's over this away first, but
Yeah, sure.
we'll
It kind of
probably
is
go
a
this way.
curved wall, and it seems to loop back.
Okay. Then we will, we'll just confirm and then head off to the right, I think.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, you can easily
For the
confirm
brevity.
that there is a dead end over here, and then continue off to the right. and it seems to open up as you're continuing to the right, and it opens up and you see, oh, thank God, a door.
It says hi.
Who? Why does it say hi on my map?
I don't know, but that's hilarious.
Alrighty. So you see before you the same door, the same symbol on it. This one does have a doorknob.
All right, who's ready for the next maze? And
They're not.
we'll try the knob first.
Okay.
We always should try.
The door opens. And you see before you the room is dark, but you have dark vision. And you like almost take a step forward, and then you realize, oh shit, there's a pit to your left. And you look down, and it seems to fall about 6-7 feet maybe, and at the bottom there are spikes.
Well,
But just watch your step.
mm-hmm. Hope you all remember how to spell Simona in the old text.
I don't.
Why?
I should remember that.
I believe I do, but I don't feel like I will need it, and I'm just gonna walk
All
on
right, yeah, he'll just be taking his time.
Now push him in the pit.
You can't push
You
me.
can
I'm on the
certainly-
ceiling.
You can certainly try.
I'm on the ceiling.
know.
I'm just gonna walk across.
Okay,
I'll
cool.
fall
Not a
with
bad
you.
idea.
You just easily walk across to the other door. No problem.
Honestly, Leaf's like, that's pretty smart. And he'll just
Walk up the side of the wall again. Cool. The rest of you can pick your way through. None of the other floor tiles seem to be wobbling, and as you look, it looks like it's straight up the thing has like swung down in the pits. So it looks like these are traps. Some, either they were all triggered, as far as you can tell.
Tustin will kind of just drag the paint across the floor.
Okay.
You know, I'm not much of a betting dwarf, but I wonder if there's nothing here for us except for us. A taunting note.
If it is,
And he'll
still pretty good.
proceed to the door. Is this one unlocked?
This one is unlocked, as well. And actually, as you open this door, I did not put them on this map, but there are the same kind of, torches in the first room. And so this room is, thank you, that was my little crab hands. This is a very long corridor. It is about 15 feet tall. As you open the door, the entirety of it lights up. And you see at the end of this extremely long corridor, stairs up to a little bit of a dais, and then there is a pedestal.
Wow. Okay. Well, that is not obvious at all, shall we?
Tustin is literally like chuckling. He's like,
We shall.
this has to be a trap.
I love Tustin. I just want to say that.
He's like, yeah, this is definitely fucked up. We're gonna die.
It's 100% a trap.
Just the
Mhm.
just that Ralph gift. I'm in danger.
In danger for sure. Yeah.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Okay, what are you guys doing?
Well, I would like to see the map, but however, my shit is broken, so I'll be right back.
Refreshing it.
Try unbreaking your shit.
I would also
Turn it
like
off.
to
Turn it
know,
on again.
does anyone have a high-ish passive investigation? Just for me
I have
to
an
keep
11.
note. You have an 11? Okay.
Is an 11 high?
No. I'm talking like 15 or higher.
It would have a 17.
Okay,
So
cool. I will keep that in mind as you walk along.
God damn.
Tustin, as you're looking at
made a skill monkey.
as you're looking at the torches, because you investigated them earlier, you do notice that these do not have the tracks. They are fixed.
I'll point it out. I'll be like, huh, couldn't spring for the fancy adjustable lighting in this place. Maybe it's a thing. Maybe it's a
maybe they only wanted the one room to have mood lighting.
Maybe.
Good.
Or maybe, like, the more we fiddle with those things, more stuff changes in here. Well, I marked our path out, so hopefully that doesn't change. Ugh. All right. Who wants to run down to the dais? Because I kind of want to run down to the dais.
Let's
I
go.
will.
The little pedal still.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is
Again-
what a dais is.
Again, ceiling, and I'll just use Mage Hand to fuck with it.
Okay, so
It's 165 feet from the door.
boy, howdy is it?
Gotta get close.
So,
Yeah.
if it's a trap, it's gonna be a floor trap, probably.
No, it's gonna be a ceiling
Look,
trap just to fuck with you.
I can't fucking move.
You can drop another token down if you need to.
No, I mean it's not loading at all.
Oh no. My gigantic map broke you.
Oh no, Archie, it's broken.
It's okay. It's fine. We'll just keep some stuff in mind. So
Hold on.
Go to the theater of the mind.
I'm back.
yay!
He's alive.
Okay, cool. So
Well, guess it looks like we're bringing sexy back.
Yep. Every time.
Every
That joke's
time.
made. Yep.
Yep.
Every time. Yep.
Uh, alrighty.
That's how he became a Vogue hero in the first place. So.
Yep.
Yep.
So, just reminding you, I'm keeping in mind where you guys are. So, if you would like to walk the 160 feet all the way down to the dais, please feel free to do so.
Okay.
That seems like a really oddly specific thing to do in this area.
Yeah, yeah. So as you get closer, you see a couple of steps up onto the top of this, like, dais, and then the pedestal sitting up there, and there is a small chest on top.
No, I'll get 30 feet away and again Mage Hand it.
Are you moving the chest?
Well, first I'm
Oh,
gonna
fuck.
use my Mage Hand to feel around the sides to see if there's anything poking out.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check. Are you, like, the sides of the pedestal? Or the top sides of the top?
Pedestal.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check. It will be a different DC because it's your mage hand and not you.
Yeah, that's fair. Investigation. There we go. I don't like that. I'm gonna use the advantage that CC gave me earlier.
Okay, cool. You are using your chat-given inspiration.
Ooh, hell yeah.
There we go. That's a lot better. 22.
Okay, so as you're kind of feeling up the sides, there's a give to the pedestal. So it seems like something's gonna move. And then you kind of like take another step forward and actually I'll imagine, just for the sake of this, you walk up the side of the wall so you have a little bit of a better view. And you see a pretty obvious, from what you can see and what you can feel, pressure point underneath the chest. So if something fucks with this at all, something's gonna happen. Or maybe not. But there is definitely a pressure plate underneath the chest.
Well, there you go.
And the chest, by the way, is like this size. It's like maybe 8 inches across. It's very small.
Well, there we go. It's just gonna use the Mage Hand to circle around the chest. Don't fuck with the very obviously trapped thing. Who would have thought?
Or maybe we're supposed to.
What?
Remember, one of the doors opened from a pressure plate.
Yes,
And
but
it is again the tomb of a thief.
very, very well. If that's the case, then there's probably going to be similar theming from the last one. I'll look to see if I can find any more gears or panels or whatever.
Okay.
Please.
Go ahead and
Find
roll an
any more
investigation check.
23.
Okay, so with that, you're pretty confident that around the area, you don't see any gears or pressure plates or any other things, but you do kind of, as you're looking at it, notice that there's a interesting seam between the wall and the floor. There's like just the tiniest little hint of a gap.
Can one of you that are close to check that out?
Yeah, I can look. I'll go look at it. Where is it exactly?
No, it's just over there. I'll use the mage hand to point to it.
I'll move over and kind of suss it out, see what I can see.
Also, DM, has it been in-game wise an hour since I cast Spider Climb?
You're getting at the end of it. You've definitely been down here almost an hour.
You start seeing them slowly come around the side then. The
Okay.
time's almost up.
So Tustin, as you kind of like poke around, this seam you notice got pointed out, and I'll just say with your passive, it runs the entire length. As you like begin to walk back, it runs the entire length of the wall.
I'm like, dang, okay, yeah. It's a pretty big seam.
So it's very small.
Can I fit anything in the seam?
Maybe a piece of paper.
Tustin's gonna like think back to like his junior adventuring days when he was in like the old school like class. He's gonna like take a little like a pinch of some fine things. Like if there's dust on the floor or dirt, he'll take that. If not, he'll grab a pinch of something and just kind of see if there's any wind blowing past it. See if it's like got any airflow or anything like that.
Okay. That's really clever, so I'm just gonna give it to you. There's no airflow, really, that you can sense.
There's nothing on the other side of this, or if there is, it doesn't have any airflow on it. At least that's what I learned in school. What little I went to.
That's a fair observation. So, probably from deduction that this is just red herring, in my opinion.
Well,
So a super tiny seam on the bottom of the floor, you said?
Yeah, it's like
It's almost like a Lego piece kind of sits on top.
So
And
between the floor, you could fit a
Oh, go
piece of
ahead.
paper down there if you really wanted to. But it's like between the wall and the floor, like where it is perpendicular. That's right. Yeah, perpendicular.
I'm gonna try to stick a piece of paper in there.
Okay.
See how far I can get it to go.
It goes. You could drop it. It takes like a little bit of work to like shove that down there, but yeah, you can.
Just a tight fit.
There's now
Okay.
gross. There's now a piece of paper in the side of the floor. And it goes down, which is really interesting.
Yeah, I feel a little scared about that, but I can't make out exactly what it is. It's definitely something. We'll probably figure it out soon.
Probably.
Love the foreshadowing.
Yeah.
I was like, thanks for foreshadowing for me, John.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we're about to run into whatever this is. Man, I really should have paid attention in school. And no one's actually just gone up to the chest yet, right?
Nope.
Nope.
well,
All right. Oh, go ahead. What are you gonna do?
well, let's spring the trap then. If it is one. Who knows?
I go up to the chest.
I'm walking away.
Okay, so you walk up to the chest.
Yeah.
So
Dustin, have you made peace with the gods?
Yeah, there's only one. There's only one I really am afraid of. But we'll see what happens.
Okay, so you, with your passive investigation and it being pointed out, you see the very obvious pressure plate underneath the chest.
Step around it.
It's
Not
like,
Indiana
no,
Jones,
it's like on the
It's a
pedestal.
whole chest.
It's
Okay.
on the pedestal, and then there's like a pressure plate underneath the chest on top of the pedestal.
So it would be to the effect, like if we put something on there, would spring the trap, as opposed to lifting something off.
Either way is what you kind of get the sense of.
He's like pondering, and he's like, if we put something of equal weight and moved the chest, it maybe wouldn't spring the trap. How much does a chest weigh?
You can't tell because you can't lift it, but if you would
exactly.
if you would like to make, I would just say a straight intelligence check, or another option would be if you are like, I don't want to ride my intelligence, you could argue another check, or if you want, you could make a luck check.
I think an intelligence check is funny for me.
I mean, do it. Though I've like luck checks personally, they're a lot more chaotic.
They are very chaotic.
How do I roll a luck check?
It's a D100.
All right, let's do that.
You don't know what
since
you
I
need
have
to
not
beat.
done that yet. I don't know, but I got a 75, so we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Let the dice ride.
So, what do you have? You can guess. If you want to try to do a swap, you can absolutely. What do you have to try to do this swap? And I'm going to keep that 75 in mind for the weight.
So he takes off his little pack, which is like a nice backpack, and he opens up and he pulls out a bag of holding, which is everything's inside there. And he starts pulling out stuff. He's like got a climber's kit, a crowbar, a hammer, a couple of vials of holy water, some boxes of ball bearings, a thing of caltrops, flasks of acid. He's like scratching it. He's got extra clothes, a bedroll, camp set. He's got a whole fucking adventurer's fucking kit in his bag. He pulls out like a little set of beakers and vials for alchemy stuff. He's like, I got that. Some more ink, some paper, painter supplies. He takes up like a little vial of like, it looks like a cologne or perfume, and puts that back. He's like, no, we're not gonna use that one. A couple blocks of sealing wax. Like he's got a bunch of different things with a bunch of different weights. But he has a big iron pot too. For cooking and whatnot. So he kind of like just kind of sets it all out, and he's like, well, an iron pot's probably close to a chest in volume. I don't know, man. I'm not.
I don't
He just
think
looks
it's
back
the
at
same.
the team with all this shit out in front of stuff. He's like, maybe I might put some of this stuff back.
I don't think an iron pot is the same mass as that chest. Also, why do you have vials of holy water?
You never know what you're gonna come across, man. My dad told me always be ready. He was an adventurer. He knew what was going on.
Nothing wrong with having a bit of holy water.
Are all of you just scared of the bumps in the night? It is literally fictions of imagination.
You don't know what you're talking about, Claire.
Hey, we get paid to go fight the bumps in the night, and we've been doing pretty well so far. So I'll bring some holy water in case it might work. Otherwise, I'm just splashing a monster with water, and then I'll stab it with river. It makes sense to me.
My question is, why do you have oil in a squirt bottle?
There's a couple theaters around town that they're very specific theaters.
Not to mention he may get stuck in a hole and need somebody to squirt it on him.
Yeah.
Help loot him out.
It's an easy application dose of just lamp oil. I mean, it works when you need it. Okay.
You sure it's not? You sure it's not olive oil?
No, that's expensive. I wouldn't use that. You crazy?
What are you rolling a religion check for?
He's praying for him.
Oh, bless your soul.
My child, please.
Just because of that, I'm gonna roll an opposing religion.
Okay,
check to
so
pray him.
actually, I forgot to tell you guys ahead of time. I hate that religion's only intelligence. I only
I
count
can hate it.
religion.
It's wisdom to
Hold
me.
on, let me finish. I only count religion as intelligence if you're looking to find some knowledge about religion. I personally believe that a person's connection to their god and their patron has to do with what I like to call their spellcasting stat. So, for example, if you want to, you can add a religion check in D&D Beyond that is with your spellcasting stat, or like your mental stat that fits with your class the best. So,
Okay.
And that would be to connect with your god. So, feel free to do that. So, for both of you, I think that would be wisdom.
It'll only get worse.
You can keep proficiency if you want. So you can keep your proficiency if you have it. But that's for like praying. But good to know you two are appealing.
Yeah.
to your gods in this moment for Tustin's soul.
Actually, it gets slightly better.
Yeah, it should be slightly better.
Harlan's
'cause-
praying against him.
Oh,
I'm praying
That's
for
what
him.
he's-
Or I'm
Oh,
praying.
okay, change
Not,
him.
I'm not praying. I'm against you, but for Tustin.
got it. Okay, I will
Feel so
take
loved.
those in mind. Alrighty. What are you doing, Tustin? What are you picking?
So yeah, the thing that I don't give a shit about mostly is that iron pot. And let me preface this by saying, Tustin has a lot of cult of personality, a lot of he's forward and all this other stuff. He's not a smart man by any means. Not a smart dude. So he's like, yeah, the pot's about the same size. It should be about the same weight. And so he's gonna go with that. And then like he'll have like a handful of like pythons and a few other like things to be like, maybe if I add these, I can take, and, you know, maybe yeah. So he's sitting there like, all right, that's what I'm gonna try.
You go by feel. You like drop a couple caltrops in there, pythons, and then like look at it, and then drop a few more, and then look up the chest and look at it and drop a few more and go, yeah, that's good enough. You're depending on your luck here. So, which is fitting in this luck check. And then go ahead and are you doing the swap?
Hell yes.
Roll me a
Why not?
sleight of hand check.
I'm moving farther back.
Hey, 19.
Okay, so you get down low, and you're just the type of person to go for it. And so you go for it, and you do the check. Just for a moment, you have the chest in your hand. The pot is on the pressure plate. And then you hear a click.
Fuck.
It
I
was-
got it. Click. Fuck.
And what begins to happen, you hear a horrible noise. Oh, that's so loud. It's horrible noise. As the whole floor begins to tilt downward towards the door. And you hear a noise above you, and then a thing slides into the ceiling, and you see something dropping from the ceiling. So the floor is now tilted downward towards the door. Yep. And it's like a slide.
Wait, hold on.
Holding.
Oh no, this is bad.
Yep.
You gotta hold on.
And so
All right.
with that, I think we are going to take a super brief break before we resolve what is about to happen. So we will be back in about 5 minutes to see what happens here. Alrighty, we are back, my dears. So, thank you for the 5 bits. So, with this, as Tustin does the swap, time stands still for a moment, and you think that you got it. And then you feel a shifting, and you watch as the space between the door and the floor grows. And actually, it's interesting enough, the ceiling seems to match the shifting as it tilts too. So this space doesn't like open up, it stays the same as it tilts down. Yep, absolutely. And it's slowly starting to move, and you feel a rumble, and you look up and you watch as the ceiling above you opens. And for the sake of this is going to be, oh, actually, I totally forgot. Give me 1 second. I'm going to actually move you to a different map.
Oh, no.
You are going to be in the exact same space if you give me a moment to reveal it.
Okay.
So,
I'm blind.
I'm legally blind.
So, give me a second. I will reveal the whole way.
Question, Dan.
Answer.
Do I think my Nature's Wrath Channel Divinity would slow the stone down at all? It grows spectral.
About
Will you display it for me?
5 feet.
It's also, I think it's only within 10 feet. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to get within 10 feet of this and it not work.
You're good. So, for the sake of this, we are going to be in initiative. So if you could all roll me some initiatives.
Lousy. But we'll take it.
I'm a fucking +8 to initiative, and I got a 10. That's so bad.
So as this is happening, it is definitely going to be like not a 6-second, but I will give you guys all some sort of, if you want, like some sort of reaction as this is happening, because you have like a moment as this is getting set up. So I wouldn't say that you have a full time to like do an action, but you could choose like a movement, an action, or a bonus action to do. So kind of like the slow rules. And we're gonna cycle through that, and then what the thing's gonna happen. So, if that made sense.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So, Lear, what are you doing in your brief second to prepare?
I'm running, so I'm gonna take the dash. I'm just gonna dash,
Okay.
but you know,
So,
side of the fucking wall.
as I said, you only get like one thing to do, so you can just run your speed once.
Yeah, that's fine. So okay, I was there. I'll get here.
Okay. Wenya, what are you doing?
You know the chat can't see you move, right?
Oh, no, I was chewing. Sorry. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay. You are taking the movement. Tustin, what are you doing? You have the chest in your hand.
No, I will reiterate, I'm not a very smart man, but I am a very go-for-it guy. I have the pot there, sitting there, I have the chest in my hand, and everything's tilting, starting to go this way, and there's a big-ass rock falling down. That's
Yep.
what it seems like. Do I think... You know what? Fuck it, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna kickflip the fucking pot and ride that bitch down to the fucking bottom.
Damn it.
While holding the chest.
I think this is hilarious. So, you kickflip the pot off of here. For the sake of this, what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you roll acrobatics to see if you can stay on and direct this pot. And depending on how many rounds you ride it, it will up your movement speed.
All right.
Dope as hell. Old Bobby Yaga.
So, go ahead and roll me an acrobatics check.
First one is a 10.
Okay, so you managed to kick. It takes a second. You're not directing this super well, but you definitely are starting to slide down on it. And for the sake of it, you can move your speed.
Hell yeah.
All right.
So go ahead and move
You
your
want me
speed. Pearlin, what are you doing?
I'd like to move it.
Okay, go ahead and move your speed. Leaf, what are you doing?
Okay, so you said the room is moving as well, like the walls are relative.
Correct.
It's not just like.
It's like if
it's
you
not
took
like
a
this-
tunnel and you shifted it downward.
Okay, so the whole thing is on an axle, basically,
Yes.
rather than like the floor is simply
Correct.
cool. Yeah, we're gonna start running as well.
Okay.
Let's see. And then yeah, we'll just run our movement.
Alrighty. If someone in chat wants to roll me a D20, if there's anyone who is not a player, otherwise I will
Aw.
roll one.
That's worrisome.
Do it yourself.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Lear, if
I
you
think Hexy's here.
Yes.
you can just roll it in chat, exclamation point D20. So go ahead and it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm out. How far? Oh, god damn it.
And
Do I
just
get a dash this time?
I'm sorry, what?
Do I get a dash,
Yeah,
dash
you
this
could
time?
you could take the dash action if you so choose. Oh no.
Hell yeah.
I'm having-
I'm all the way out.
Okay,
Mhm.
sounds good. So for the sake of this, you are climbing on the wall, so you are fine in terms of being able to get to the door. And it takes a second, and as you you have to walk along the wall to get to the door, and it shakes for a moment, and then it opens. So it's not locked behind you, and you stumble into the other room, and it seems that all of the traps have reset.
Well, shit.
Fucking knew it.
Well, doesn't matter to me.
So, however,
The
Tustin
paint, baby.
Tustin did paint, so give me 1 second and I will transfer that.
Yay!
It was really smart.
Paranoid engineering man saves the day!
Yeah. Eh.
Thank God I put in my background he was in the Junior Adventures League of the Wyvern Wings.
I love it. It would cracked me up so much.
My god.
It's like all the adventures take their kids to like, oh, this is what dad does at work.
That's 110% what it is. It's like a day camp. There we go. Okay,
Yep.
cool. So, the paint is there. Oh, my
Interesting.
cat's yelling. I was like, what? Why? What are you yelling about, sir? I was like, what the
Interesting.
fuck is happening here?
Actually, you don't want to stand there.
Yeah, actually, as you come through the door, you would, if you had truly gone to there, you would have landed right on that pressure plate.
Just hanging off the door handle like, ah!
Yeah. We'll say for the sake of this, you're kind of like spider climbed onto the door right now. Because you have
Hey,
that
I'll
ability.
take it.
Okay, sounds good. Wenya, what are you doing?
20, 25, 30. I'm gonna look at the distance of this spell.
Oh my god.
Looking back up at the where the dais is, how much is there any moss or anything that's growing on the stone?
There is not.
Damn it! So plant growth wouldn't do anything.
No,
That
unfortunately.
would've been
But that
smart.
would have been really smart.
You know what you need to do? Keep little plants on you. Little like succulents
Throw
or
a
some
succulent!
shit. Yeah! Like a grenades. Plant grenades.
Fucking seeds.
Pocket seeds! Yes!
God damn it.
All I can think of
Shoot,
is
shot.
pocket candy! I'm apparently on a over the garden wall kick. That's the second one I've
God,
done
we gotta
today.
keep plants in our pockets. We gotta keep plants in our pants.
Okay,
I hate
Wenya,
all of you.
Wenya, what are you
Since-
doing?
I moved 30. I was gonna look back since there is no plant life. I'm just gonna dash.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Tustin, you won the initiative count with the big rock. What are you
So-
doing?
So I'm still riding this pot.
Oh gosh.
and because Charles so lovingly told everyone was in my pack the bottle of squirtable oil, I'm gonna just start doing that in front of me to lower the
Ah,
resistance.
yes!
What movie is that?
Beating down.
You're
the
literally
thing.
waxing this thing
Waxing
down.
the floor.
Is that-
Okay,
Is that National Lampoon something
So-
about the
It
cereal?
might be.
what I'm going to do is go ahead and roll me an acrobatics check to stay on this thing. This will
I'm
increase
gonna
the
launch it.
movement.
Oh, please tell me you have a brush to make sure it's all even.
Are we curling?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, I'm not doing any curling.
A 9. Not
Okay.
as good.
You barely stay on. Like, the act of pulling this thing out while you're holding the chest, you barely stay on, and it wobbles it a little bit. It seems that the lube, I'm calling it lube,
That's what I meant to
is what it is.
It is.
Seems to be picking it up, but you rattled it a little bit, and so it's not picking up any
Whoa.
movement right now, and you almost fell off. The DC is going to
Okay.
increase as we continue here. So I'll say for the sake of this, what's your movement speed?
30.
Okay, so it's gonna go 55. And I will say that that took you an action. So it's like, yeah, cool.
Okay.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
So, that was my action.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use my cunning action to dash? I'm going to I'm gonna
from the
grab
pot?
the pot and then try to jump it off the wall.
Okay, sure.
I'm gonna do some Tony Hawk tricks.
I love it. Absolutely.
Oh man.
So you want an acrobatics or you want me to just
Yeah,
dash?
I want an acrobatics.
This is gonna fail so bad. Okay, our 23. There we go.
That okay. You guys just watch as he looks like he's about to biff and then gets towards a wall and jumps off the wall, and it's beautiful. You are propelled.
Extra.
Yep, it's extra
30?
cool. Yep, you are propelled an extra 30.
God fucking damn it.
Okay.
He's so cool. Guys, you don't even understand. He's the coolest.
How are you gonna stop?
Here comes
Didn't think about that yet.
There's a wall there.
here comes the ball. You were
thing is-
so
now.
lucky. So lucky as it drops down on top and you hear a loud smash, and then you kind of see as the dais disappears into the ground, and the ball is rolling and it's picking up speed, and that's how far it rolls, and Pearlin got lucky. What are you doing?
Well, fuck, where am I at?
Slip and slide that shit.
Yeah, there is
Gonna
lube on the
dash.
ground. For the sake of this, because I think it's funny, will you roll me a dexterity saving throw for lube?
Oh no.
Roll for lube.
Y'all are welcome.
It's a real line. It's a real line that real people said in a real
Yep.
game.
Absolutely.
Yep. Not against roll for the lube.
Okay,
Good.
so you see this, you know where it is, and you actually purposefully go for it. And for the sake of this, you can add 10 extra feet onto your speed for this
Nice.
round.
So that'd
Hell
be
yeah.
45, and if I dash, would that double too? or-
No, it's just for the first.
Damn. Well, in that case,
damn.
that'll be 80 feet down here, and my turn.
Okay. Leaf, what are you doing?
We dashing.
Okay.
Fuck it, we dash.
Alright.
Lear, you are in the other room.
Okay, fuck.
Oh,
fuck,
and-
fuck,
and
fuck.
my free
You're
action.
actually
Get a rope going.
yeah, okay. He yells that down. So Lear, you're in the other room and you see that it's about a 15-foot drop to the floor now, and it's growing.
And it's growing.
Yep, it seems to be going down.
So grab
The
on
yellow
out of
timber?
shoulder. You better
God.
move.
Damn it. Like the floor's getting lower or the ceiling's getting lower or what?
The whole thing, it's just
Yes.
tipping. So the space between the door and the floor is growing, but this is functioning like a tunnel that's tipping altogether. So the space between the ceiling and the ground never changes, but the space, it looks like the ceiling's coming towards the door. If that makes sense.
Do I believe the boulder can break through this wall? Probably.
He did just yell for you to get a rope going.
Yeah. Okay. So rope, door, and I've just dash to the.
Well, you can walk on the ceiling, can't you?
Oh yeah, just I didn't know how far the ceiling up was.
Oh.
I forgot.
Okay, so you secure a rope to the doorknob, we'll say,
To the door. Yep.
unless you have
And
something
if I-
else, and drop it. Are you staying there to help them, or are you moving?
Yeah, I'll move on a safe. Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Can I get some D4s in chat, please?
Hold on.
I mean, she did just say.
Hell yeah,
guess
I
you
got
can
max
be-
press.
Max bless.
Anyway. I'll tie it to the doorknob, drop it down so since it's all moving, it will eventually even out. And I'll wait on a on a safe space, glowing fucking green, and wait until the boulder gets within 60 feet of me, and then to see, and then if it does, I'm gonna cast Shatter on it.
Okay, sounds good.
Ooh.
So you're holding Shatter. Just keep that in mind, that it will expel at the end of your, or at the beginning of your next turn. Okay, sounds good. Wenya, what are you doing?
Question, DM.
Answer.
How far between the top of the ceiling and or how much distance is between the boulder and the top of the ceiling?
It is almost flush.
Fuck yes. I'm gonna go up past Tustin. I'm gonna sweep my leg in a ronde, casting Lehman's tiny hut.
Lehman's
Yo,
tiny hut.
bruh!
Lehman's
Yo,
tiny
bruh!
hut takes a minute to cast,
Gosh damn it!
or 10 minutes, I
Ah.
think. I'm so sorry.
I'm
It's
sorry,
a minute
Charles. You
to
can't.
cast, 10 minutes for ritual.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, Charles.
That
You
would-
can't give us.
I'm
the
so
titty hut.
sorry. I have tried to thinking about using that in combat before, which is why I gave it to players as something that moved on a staff that you could activate with an action before, because I think it's cool.
That would've been so good!
That would have been really good.
Hilarious.
It would have been awesome. But unfortunately, it does not work. So, what would you like to do instead?
Let me look at Earth Trimmer. Hold on. That won't help. Fuck. I'm just gonna run.
Okay, you get to the wall. There is a rope.
30. Okay.
You could use your action to climb up carefully. If you want to, or if someone, you have to use an action to climb up.
Okay.
And I will have you roll
Acrobatics.
acrobatics or athletics. You can pick.
That was almost a nat 20, but that's a 15.
Okay, 15's enough. You kind of take the rope in your hand and you use it to help you wall run up a little bit, and then after a jump, latch on and pull yourself up and onto the safe area.
Right. I'm gonna be here to help anybody else up
Okay.
when they get here.
Sounds good. Tustin, what are you doing?
So the internal monologue of Tustin is, A, this is fun as shit. And B, he's gonna be like, nobody's gonna fucking believe this. Haters gonna say this is fake. And then he's just gonna continue to ride this and just be like, this is so real, I love this! And he's gonna go full send into the doorway.
Okay. You're
so
gonna
yeah.
crash into a wall.
Absolutely.
You're gonna have to try to
Yep.
jump to get up
Yep.
onto the doorway.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so go
Oh,
ahead
yeah.
and roll me an acrobatics check to stay on first of all.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh no.
Okay, so you're like, this is so cool, and you go about I'll say 15 feet, and then you try to jump and you biff it, and you go tumbling ass over tea kettle down and smack into the bottom of the wall.
Ass over tea kettle.
Boom.
Yep.
Have you never heard that, Archie?
No.
I'm
Yep.
pretty sure it's a British phrase.
Yeah, you freaking
Would it be
weirdos
arse
over
over
there
tea
use
kettle then?
those things
Maybe.
off.
So you are at the end. That took your movement. You do take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you smack into the wall. You have a
No,
few
that's fine,
scrapes. And you're staring at the dangling rope and Wenya's outweighting hand from 15 feet below or above you.
Nice.
I don't think he can
And then
reach
I'll-
you, but you can try to climb.
So I could try to climb, you said? Yep. I'm gonna be like, oh, that was not as good. But just, you know, I come hitting the wall and I start to grind. I'm sure right after that you just see a tumbling fucking pot just
Yeah,
go
clang.
cling, cling. Like, okay. And I get out of the way and I will start to climb.
So go ahead and roll acrobatics or athletics because Wenya is there. I'm lowering the DC.
Do you want, where space do you want me in? This one, okay, or do you want me to move?
That
'Cause I
one
was here.
is a pit trap.
I know that, but
Oh,
like
okay.
I'm climbing a rope. Do you want me to just
it doesn't
put
matter.
myself
Just
like here?
go ahead and roll
Okay.
for me.
I'm under the. Okay, so and you wanted acrobatics or
Or
athletics?
athletics,
What did you want?
whatever you would choose.
17.
Okay.
Athletics.
Cool.
Or acrobatics, rather.
Easy enough. You kind of stand up, using the rope to pull you up, and you take a little running jump and kind of run up part of the wall a little bit, and then jump and latch onto Wenya's hand, and he pulls you over and behind him into a safe space.
I'm back. You saw me skate the pipe, right? The pot, right? That was really cool.
Yes, I did.
Oh god, everything's pain right now.
Okay. Cool. I have not measured to see how far this ball is gonna go, so we're gonna find out. Oh my gosh, you're just safe again!
It went past my finger, so
Cool, go ahead and cast
down
Shatter
to
for me.
shadow. Yeah, no problem.
Roll me some damage.
So, give me a
I'm
second.
really
I'll tell
edging
you.
this boulder.
Where the fuck is my shot? There it is. It's gonna hurt my ear. 20.
Oh my gosh. A loud noise just rings through and you hear the boulder begin to crack. You've done some damage and you probably have slowed it down a bit. So it does not seem to completely break it though.
Damn it! That was a 5th level spell slot.
Okay. Perlin, what are you doing?
Alrighty, moving to 35 should bring me to safety, correct?
Yep, and then you will need to make an acrobatics or athletics check to climb the rope.
How far up is the climb that I had to make?
15 feet.
I'm just gonna dash as a bonus action and climb up myself. I'm a ranger, I get a climbing speed.
Oh, that's right. Beautiful. Climb up, no problem. You don't even need Wenya's hand, but you allow him to kind of push you into the space behind him that's safe. Cool. Leaf, last one. What are you doing?
Yeah, we're just running up the wall again.
Okay, cool. No problem.
And
You're a
I'll
monk.
dash- I'll dash if I have to, so...
And as soon as you get there, you manage to get up on top and kind of like Wenya pulls you over and sets you into the space right there in between them. And as soon as that happens, you just hear a loud bang as the boulder smacks into the wall. And it starts to fully crack from the shatter and is definitely damaged, but it is stopped there. You are in the space. Those with a higher passive perception begin to hear a weird sound. It sounds like
Oh, no.
water is filling somewhere. You're not sure, you don't see it, but you hear it. What would you like to do?
Go.
And with that, I'm starting the timer.
I'll be like, yeah, that's water. We gotta get
Yep.
out of here.
I'm going.
Okay, beautiful.
Alright.
So, with your drawn path, you managed to make it through this area pretty safely. That was very smart. And you make it back into the maze. And as you walk in, whoever's leading, some of you have dark vision. It's pitch black in here. And you can't see, even with dark vision.
Hold on.
Oh, this is magical. Oh, shit.
Hold on. Give me a sec.
Oh, Jesus. Ooh.
What would you like to do as you step into this space?
Oh, that sucks. Anybody got anything clever?
God damn it! I can only see from my own darkness.
I have some light, but that's
light?
it. Ooh.
Light is not high enough to combat magical darkness. You cast it and it flickers and pitters out.
Oh, okay. So, Shield of Faith, the Shimmering wouldn't help with that either.
Nope. For magical darkness, you need to have a light that's a higher level than what the darkness is.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you hear the water begin to pour, and one of you like steps kind of on one of the pressure plates, and you look down, and it seems to be filling out.
Oh.
Wait, hold on. So the darkness is a magical darkness, right?
Yep.
Okay, I don't play sorcerers that much, so please correct me if I'm wrong. If I use, I can see through the spell darkness, right?
You learn the darkness spell, cast based on sorcery points. Cast it with sorcery points. If you cast it, you can see through it.
Fuck!
And only created by the spell, so I'm assuming it'll only be your own.
Mm-hmm.
That's bullshit. Okay. Fuck it, we feel around.
Okay. So, for the sake of this, you're in darkness. I'm not going to reveal this area. I will reveal, just for the sake of the players, where the map or the door is on the map, so you know where you're kind of aiming for. But you're going to have to try to navigate this in pitch blackness, kind of knowing where the traps are, vaguely knowing the directions you need to take, and I'll give you options, and you can choose which way when you hit like a turning point. So, who is leading this march?
Quick question.
Answer.
I know it technically doesn't, but would I be able to see the outline with that thing we talked about earlier? Like the outline of the walls.
Are you using an action?
This would be worth an action, yes.
Okay. You don't know. You haven't like paid attention
try.
to that before? Sure. So you use an action to activate your sight. The ethereal plane does kind of see through space. So this would not give you the walls, but I will say that it will give you Tustin's marks on the walls. So you kind of know where the marks are.
All right, let's go.
So, who is leading the charge?
I'd better.
I
then.
say, everybody grab hands, and I grab people's hands, and they're like, go, go, go.
Okay, so for
Sounds
the sake
good.
of this, Leaf, you are leading the charge. And I'm going to say that you walk forward, you come into a wall, and you have the option to follow the wall right or left. Which way are you going?
And this is from our perspective of looking down, right? Looking south.
Yep.
We need to go right.
Okay, so you turn right and you kind of follow the wall around, and you reach an opening in the wall on your left, or you could continue straight.
Okay. I think this is left again, isn't it? Hard to remember.
Make a
but
choice.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Left it is then.
Okay, sounds good. So you turn left, and you come to a T immediately. If you remember, you turn left, and there was an option to go either left or right. So either, this way, or to kind of to go this way, or to kind of go down in this way.
The first one.
Okay, so sounds good. You hang a left and follow the wall, and then you come to another T where you could continue this way, or you could turn this way.
I think it's the same thing where we're going this way.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
Sounds good. So you turn around a corner, and you could take an immediate turn around right, or you could go straight.
We'll try straight first.
Okay, sounds good. So you go straight, and then the wall curves to your left, and you actually run into... Hold on.
It's left then.
It's a dead
Yeah.
end, but it doesn't seem that there's anything there.
Okay. Well, we'll double back.
Okay, sounds good. So you double back, hang around, which checks out because you didn't see a marking from Tustin, and hang around and follow the wall. Oh, didn't click. Hang around, follow the wall, and
There we
continue
go.
to follow the wall. And then you reach an open space here. You could choose to kind of turn a left, or you could continue straight.
Let's see. Let's try left first.
Okay, hold on, let me double check, because I did say that you could see Tustin's mark with the ethereal plane, and your minute's getting...
How much time has it gone? Yeah.
Your minute's getting pretty close to, being up.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Let's see.
There, you do not see any marks. You hang a left, but it is a dead end.
Okay.
And then, so you
Alright.
continue straight, you could continue to go straight, or you could, turn left, or you could turn, right, or you could turn left, like, a little bit further up. Or continue straight.
Continue straight, then?
Okay.
I think. So.
Sounds good, and then you have an option to go right or left.
Right.
Okay, sounds good. You
Actually.
head down.
Actually, that might be.
Yeah, that's your choice.
Yeah, we'll just go for it.
Okay, sounds good. You head down. It does open up to your left, or you could continue to go straight.
I think left.
Okay.
see what
This
we
is about the end of your vision right here. You don't see any marks from Tustin, however, you do hit a dead end, and you immediately, like, shove everybody back, like, I imagine, who's holding hands, and then continue to go straight. It turns, and then it opens up a tiny bit, but you follow the wall, and you notice that you could either go this way, or you could go down.
Down, I think.
Okay, sounds good. You go down, and it curves around here, and you hit this kind of T-point, and there's an option to go left, there's an option to kind of go right, and then there's, like, an option to, go into, a little alcove over here.
Let's try right.
Okay, sounds good. You go right, you smack into the wall, and continue all your way following the wall, and it turns back up, and then you feel an opening to your right, and then it does continue forward.
I think forward.
Okay, you continue forward and it opens to your left, or you could go straight.
And then left.
Okay, sounds good. You hit left, and you touch the wall, and you feel the door in the magical darkness, and as you push your hand on it, it opens, and slides open to reveal the... Oh, wrong map. I was doing that on the player vision. To reveal the room that you had been in previously. And as you guys, so feel free to move your tokens into there, but as you guys file in, it is filled with about a couple feet of water. Like maybe a foot of water.
Okay. Gross.
And as the last of you walks in and walks across that pressure plate, the ceiling, or the door clamps shut, and all of the things spin very quickly. And you start to hear a noise above you, and you look up, and the wall is the ceiling's beginning to close down on you.
Preston, what were the 4?
Did you
Yeah,
say... Did you
I have.
remember the story?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it written down in my notes, so
Okay.
I'm just gonna
What are you doing?
go around then. Just gonna go around to the where I found the cogs before, and quickly flip through notes, adjust, flip through notes, adjust.
Okay, sounds
Just
good.
keep doing that.
Easy enough. You managed to put the baby jaguar here, the bite here, the person walking off into the distance here, and then the star symbol. It takes you a moment, but with your notes taken and you're remembering, and I'm sure you're barking orders at people, the ceiling is closing rather quickly, and it's starting to get a little tight for Wenya, but then the door opens. And alrighty. So with that, you open into the next room, and it is filled
Like you're gonna fucking die.
with water.
I'm in the same room as the rest of you, thank you.
It is filled with water, and this one, it kind of like pours into the room a little bit as you walk into
And the
it.
torch is going up.
The torches are going up, and it seems to be about 2 feet deep. You were rather quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, who's ready to maybe get jumped in this room? But anyway, let's head.
Speaking of getting jumped in this room,
Where's the water weird?
not quite a water weird,
Okay.
but Leaf, as you are walking forward, you feel something around your feet move in the water, And I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Is there a fucking octopus in here?
You don't know. So you
Hopefully it's
managed
just a
to
normal one and not a fucking one.
get like shove out of the space, but there's definitely a creature in the water below you, and you feel as it like pulls away from you. So, and for
Did
the
it
sake
feel
of this,
physical, or is it like an elemental, like a
it
weird
feels
push?
like an elemental. Something's in the water, and for the sake of this, I would like
There's
for
something in here.
all of you to roll initiative.
Thought so.
Oh, fuck.
Let's get down to...
All right, that's about the same as last time.
That's the same for you too, Dustin.
Jesus Christ, man.
I'm slightly worse.
Okay, I'm gonna zoom.
I have such a huge bonus to initiative. Like, god dang it.
Sometimes
Dang
the
it,
dice just want to tell a story. Okay, so
They're
that's
like, "You
1,
gotta wait."
2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And my creature is in there, but you can't see it. Mwahaha.
Erlen, what is your dex score?
Me? Yeah. I'm sitting at a 15.
Okay, I'm at 16.
Wrong campaign.
Cool, I switched you. Okay. Lear, what are you doing? You
Yeah,
feel
good
stuff
question.
move around in the water with you.
Oh, God damn it. Does this need line of sight? That can hear you. No, it does not. I'ma just... Lear's gonna... Oh, God. Oh, God. I just noticed. This is water, ain't it?
Yeah, it's water.
Oh no.
Do I need to make a roll for this?
I'm gonna have you roll a luck check for this.
Good
Oh.
good point. Okay.
Uh-oh. You're in danger.
E.
Okay, so with a 49, you feel something tug at you, but then you rationalize in your brain. It's just a pool of water. You're fine.
I would like to have said that there is something in the water as a
Yes,
free
you
action.
absolutely could have warned people
You
that
had
there's
to
something in the
do
water.
initiative, so like, hey.
So with that, Lear, you are free to move and act as normal.
Okay.
It's just a small pool. It's just a small pool. It's just a blunks head underwater and uses dissonant whispers.
Okay, so as you plunk your head
Oh.
underwater, you just see little eyes glowing yellow immediately to your left, as well as kind of in front of you, as well as kind of next to Leaf. It seems that there's 3 entities down here. So go ahead and I roll a wisdom saving throw, I think, for dissonant whispers.
Yep.
Okay.
God, I'm rolling like shit today. A lot of low rolls.
One of them succeeds, but the rest fail. So they take that 20 damage.
I can only affect one creature, apparently.
Oh,
Yeah,
just kidding.
display it.
Which one? For some reason in my brain it was multiple. So which one did you want to affect?
The one I immediately locked eyes with.
Okay.
It'll be the first one.
Yep. So the one to your left. For the sake of this, I will show you where it is. Seems to be right there.
It's big.
And it does take
That's
the
what she
damage.
said.
This one does take the damage, and it wrong layers. Sorry, good job. And it moves its speed away from you. And since it's forced movement, there's no attacks of opportunity.
That's
Okay.
such a dumb rule.
I pull my head up. It's over there.
Okay. Sounds good. And with that, it is my creatures' turns. So they are going to. Let's do this.
Please don't.
Leaf. Wait, I need to see if it gets its thing back. It does. It is
Oh,
going
no.
to attempt to whelm you, so I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Tustin, I also need you to make a strength saving throw, and both Perlin and Wenya can make a strength saving throw.
A 12.
Okay.
19.
There you go.
18.
Okay, beautiful. Wenya and Pearlin, you guys are both okay. You feel this creature come up around you, and you just like manage to shove it away, and it disappears back into the water. But for the two of you, this one comes up and wraps around you, and you are now restrained in the creature, and you take both of you take 11 bludgeoning damage. You are now grappled, and you are unable to breathe as it is filling your lungs. You are trapped inside this elemental. Okay. Wenya, it's your
That
turn.
changes my plan. Damn it. Okay. Bonus action. Hold on, let me go to my inventory because it doesn't add that stuff for some reason. Okay, so you're gonna see the glow on his arms again as the Eldritch Claw tattoo is awakened,
Yes.
and he's just, while he can, he's gonna move over and go for the one that has Tustin.
Okay, the one whose space you leave does get an attack of opportunity under you.
How big is their? I thought he moved over here.
Oh, there's another one that attempted to get your booty earlier.
Fuck.
So that's a 12 to hit, though.
That misses.
Okay, so you're fine. You can move.
Okay. Actions. Does a 27 hit
Yeah, just a little bit.
for 10 bludgeoning?
Beautiful. You walk up and you punch the elemental that's holding Tustin, and he like kind of dodges out of the way a little bit. Go ahead.
Okay, I had to use my bonus action to awaken the tattoo, so that is my turn.
Do you get extra damage for the tattoo?
I don't believe so. No, it's a +1,
Oh.
so I guess that would have been 11.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, hold on.
I thought you rolled
So,
like
little
that.
more-
I can
It does give
add
an
that
additional
for you
1d6.
later, Charles, if you'd like.
So total of 14.
Okay, beautiful. I was like, I thought you rolled something. Oh, there's a cat in the sunspot. Okay, sorry, I got very distracted. Cool. Anything else on your turn?
I'm going to smite.
Okay, pour in that smite.
Momento, there we go. Cast at that's an additional 9 thunder.
Beautiful. And what does your smite look like?
So for that thunderous smite, at least, you're actually gonna hear almost like the thunderstorm in the forest as it rolls down his tattoos,
Oh,
and it lightens the green up into the purple as the jaguar's claws just rake across, or
love it.
Yeah.
And thunder echoes through the room in this booming noise as you see that this creature is reforming. You did some damage.
It needs to make a strength save, or it gets pushed 10 feet away and knocked prone.
Okay. It is immune to prone, but we will
Okay.
see if it can move. Okay, it does move. How 10 feet away?
Yes.
It takes Tustin with it.
Okay.
Whee!
Would that have procced Lear's?
It's force movement.
It's forced movement, so
Fucking
no.
hate force movement. Don't roll.
Okay. Anything else?
That is it.
Pearlin, what are you doing?
Alrighty. Gotta move over to this boy over here. And do the old druid thing. Even though I'm not a druid, and Shillelagh as a bonus action, and whack it.
Beautiful.
Whack.
That's a 13 to hit.
A 13 misses. Oh, it does get one of them gets an attack of opportunity because it was hiding in the water, but a 14 misses your AC, I'm pretty sure. So you are
Yep.
free to move, and you move over there, but you are struggling to, like, hit this thing without hurting Leaf, and so your hit was ineffective.
Ready, strike 2. That'll be a 24 to hit.
That definitely
And
hits.
And with Dreadful Strikes from Feywild, I'm going to add on a d4 psychic damage to that
Beautiful.
for 3 more.
So for a total of 12 damage.
12 damage.
Beautiful. Anything else?
And nope, that'll end my turn.
Okay, that land does hit, or that hit does land.
That
You met
land
when I
does-
knew.
That's it.
You met when I knew. That hit does land, and you see some of the water slough off as this thing just goes angry at you. Cool. Tustin, what are you doing?
So I only know of the 2, right? I don't know of any others.
Correct.
Well, good thing Hypnotic Pattern doesn't take verbal components, because that would suck being drowning and stuff.
That would.
So you see he reaches into his pack. He has like a little vial, and he shakes it, and it starts to glow. And he just starts doing like some fucking rave shit with his hands. And I cast Hypnotic Pattern, hitting both of those things. I need a Wisdom saving throw from both of them.
Beautiful. Will you display the space again? Let's see if you get lucky.
Oh yeah, I definitely can hit both of them.
Well, I meant if
It's a
you hit the
30 foot.
third.
30-foot cube.
Okay, roll me a d100.
Does that affect allies?
Yes, it does.
I can choose to do it. Yep. So everybody gets it.
Okay. So you do manage to catch the third one. Not that you know that, but what am I rolling? It's a wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, cool. Everyone roll a wisdom saving throw. Pretty please and thank you. What's your DC?
I choose not to.
That's 17.
Okay.
We all need to roll wisdom.
That's a 4.
That's a 6. Motherfucker, you got all of us.
Hell
Okay,
Yeah.
so Tustin, it just calms in here for a moment.
I step out of the fucking guy too.
Yep. You step out of the guy,
Ugh.
and everything just calms. And
Actually,
everyone's just looking at this pretty pattern, I will just say for the sake of this, because they're stuck in it. They don't make the
Ooh,
save
all the
again,
shapes
right?
and colors.
On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. While charmed, the creature is incapacitated and speed at 0. The spell ends for an effective creature if it takes damage, or if someone else uses an action to shake the creature out of its stupor. So for 1 minute, their ass is mine.
Yes, it is.
No saves at the end of the round.
Nope.
So just go around and smack the shit out of all of us.
Yep, and I'll just smack you guys. Wake you up.
Okay, sounds good. So you have a moment.
Mhm.
This room is
I'll
still
wake up,
filling with water.
Yeah.
And so I would say during the process of this, the water is about 3 feet deep now. What are you doing?
Well, I don't worry too much about that, but I'm going to swash over and
Oh, no.
use my dash action to bump into to Lear.
Okay.
To shake him out of it first, and that would be the end of my turn. If I'm able to shake him out of it with that bump,
Mhm.
that little smack, I'm be like, hey, wake everybody up! Let's get the fuck out of here, quick!
Perfect.
Water's getting bigger. Water's getting deeper. I would also take this thing, like, you guys have seen this before if we've ever been around water, but Tustin is kind of floating towards the top of the water, and it's really hard because river floats on top of water no matter what. His
Mhm.
rapier is like a floaty, and he really can't take it off right now, so he's kind of like, fuck, this is ridiculous.
Beautiful.
Oh, gosh.
I love it.
I
So,
put
Mac,
that little
what-
detail in there, and it's totally relevant somehow, so I was like, all right.
Right? Okay.
That's hypnotic.
Archie, go ahead and
What-
re-roll
so
your
you used
wisdom saving
hypnotic
throw,
pattern,
please.
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
it's a 16.
Okay, so you are still hypnotized, but Tustin woke you up first, so you are both awake. For the sake of this, it is now your turn. What are you doing?
Hold on, my shit's acting up again. How many of us are there? There's me. 1, 2,
It's 5 of
3.
us.
Yes.
Okay. And if I damage anyone, they immediately break out
Correct.
charm, right? Alright, I'm just going to use a first level spell, Magic Missile, to hit my
Yep.
ally.
It's perfect. Wake up, fuckers.
And with magic missile, it auto hits, which means that
Auto
you
hit.
don't have to worry about waking up the water elemental that Leaf is inside, I will say.
Yep.
So,
So what you're saying is this isn't the first time
Give me
this has
that
happened.
No, I think this is a thing that
This
we
has
have been
happened
in
multiple
before.
times.
Yeah.
yep.
I was like, wake
That's why
me
we're
up to wake
efficient.
everyone else up.
Okay, so go ahead and roll the damage for your friends. You are all awake. Leaf, you are out of here. What are you guys doing?
Oh yeah, you rule it as I have to roll for each dart, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
do Wenya first, then Leaf, then Pearlin.
Okay. My shit's acting up again. Give me a sec.
You're good.
All good. When you get to
In the
that.
hood.
But in the quick moment, you have a second here. You have a minute. What are you doing?
I mean, hold on. I could just tell you what I roll.
Yeah, that's fine.
So first roll is 4 damage. Second roll, 4 damage. Final roll,
4 damage.
2 damage.
Okay, so 2 damage to Pearlin, 4 damage to the other 2.
Yep.
For the sake of this, we're just gonna
I like
say
Pevelin slightly more.
we're just gonna say we're out of initiative, but I'm going to be keeping mental tabs on what you're kind of doing in order to get out of here.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, once everyone's awake, you see Tustin swimming towards the door and like trying to get to it and see if it's open.
Beautiful. You get to the door. It does not seem to be open, but there is a lock.
No, for God's sake.
It's
One of you say-
slowly. Yep. It's
Yeah.
like just now disappearing underwater. You slowly hold your breath. Your like side is kind of up a little bit from your rapier,
Oh wait, it's a lot.
and you can try to pick the lock under water.
I will use my tools.
Okay.
See if the 15 does it.
It takes you a little bit. For the sake of this, it takes you about 3 rounds to pick the lock. Especially, well, you have, yeah. So with your, like, using your action and bonus action, I will say, because you're a rogue, it takes about 3 rounds to pick the lock. So you're starting to get a little bit nervous. But you do, and you feel the water rising, so, like, right now your butt's kind of... yeah, makes it a little
It's a
bit
shit
harder. But you do manage.
And I'm concentrating on hypnotic pattern.
Yep,
too.
yep.
It's like, ah.
You do
Okay.
manage to get the lock picked, and you open the door, and the water rushes out, and the creatures are still stuck there, kind of looking, and you guys are
Loving the
now
lights, man.
back in the entrance, and you all kind of like rush out or wash out into it a little bit, land on your butts. What are you doing?
Test.
Ugh.
Yeah,
I mean, stand up. and
What'd you
start
do with the
pressing.
chest?
it's right here. It's been
Good.
in my arm the whole time.
I thought it was a
Leaf's
big
gonna-
chest.
Leaf's gonna start
She said it was like a bread box.
It's
kind
like
of
a
thing,
bread
right?
box.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Leaf's gonna start unfurling his rope and making the climb.
Anyway, before I start making the ascent too, just gotta stand up, prestidigitate, hand clean off, rags, make sure everything's nice and neat.
Oh, beautiful.
How far down is this again?
It's about like I would say it was like a 100-foot path it was a 60-foot steep path.
Incline, yeah.
Incline. There we go. Words are hard.
Anyway, I'm just gonna
We know.
walk off.
Okay.
We can walk them up if we want to get out of there quickly.
Cool. So
Yeah, just
Right.
tie them around your waist.
for the sake of brevity, you all find yourself
Yeah.
back in the clearing. The sun's still out. It's pretty bright, and you make your way back out, and you watch as the door slides closed behind you. That symbol just taunting you. You have the chest. What are you doing?
Set it down.
Oh, is it empty?
I don't know. Is it?
Probably.
That'd be a dick move.
Are you
I'll
opening
try
it?
to
Maybe a
open
nice
I'll
move.
open the chest. Yeah.
The chest is locked.
God dang it.
I can open it. He raises his hand in a chop if you want.
I am this close to melting the entire chest.
I'm,
As long as you don't punch the
there's
chest open.
supposedly an artifact in there, so
It's like let me give it a shot. We'll see if I can get it. 14. Not much better.
So you try to pick it. You can tell that it's going to definitely be a lot harder of a lock, and what you don't break your tools, but you feel them kind of bending, and you pull back, and it's going to take an extra moment to try to break or do it, and if you fail again, it will break your tools.
With that, I'm gonna go over and Winya's gonna go over and put his hand on, I guess I'm gonna put his hand on Tustin's shoulder and say, "Try it once again. This is the one. Bardic Inspiration."
Oh,
Hell yeah.
I love that.
Box breathing. I got this. And then I go in and do it.
Such a theater kid, and I love it. What's your bardic inspiration die?
D8. Woo! Plus the D8.
Add the D8, man.
53.
Okay. That's
was
right.
The dice tell the story.
That's right. You can do this.
There we go.
You can do this. And you just put your tools in, and you know this lock now, and you are just like so excited by what this person has done and how she's hidden away things, and you pop, and the chest opens.
Farts in your face.
What's in the box?
In the box,
The goddamn box.
you see a piece of paper.
This bitch. What does the paper say?
You look at the paper, and Tustin, it's a map.
Nice.
And it says on the bottom, kind of scrawled in a handwriting, you passed the trial. Now you can have the hideout. And it seems to be a location kind of a little bit about... So you're about a day, like cardinal directions, a little bit east of the city. This seems to be about 2 days travel northwest of the city.
So about 2.5, 3 days from where we are now.
Correct.
Well, hey, it's more than nothing, and it that sounds like her.
Well,
Layers on layers.
Depending on how, think of the word that he would use for like the person who's employing them right now.
Patron?
Contractor.
Contractor?
Depending on how our patron feels, we could end up using the hideout as a remote location for Kimbur's Pride.
An outpost.
If you clear it out, there's still bandits. But yeah, it seems that you have the secret location of the oh gosh, is it Naku or Naka? I can't remember my own character's name.
Naku.
Thank you.
Enga Naku.
Of the Naku's bandits. And there was something
So
very...
we have the location of the rebel base.
Yep.
Yes, it is time.
Also, something to note, this was very Untomb-like. Cool.
Quite.
And I think with that revelation and the next piece of information, we are going to call tonight's session. So, as you have the next step and where to go, next session we're going to be passing back through Vekasasha as you give a little bit of a report, maybe pick up any supplies that you may want to, and then continue on, if you so choose, to the bandit camp. So, yeah, that's the end there. Thank you, guys.
Hell yeah.
So, I hope you guys
Quite
had
good.
fun.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Awesome.
It almost
so,
killed me.
I know, it was great. My boulder almost got you. And so with this, if you are hanging out with us on Twitch, please stick around. We're going to chat for a couple minutes and we'll probably raid off. But if you are on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment, leave a like. If you want to see more of this, feel free to subscribe. Check out the other parts of this mini campaign series. So there's a couple other mini campaigns. And we will see you all next time.